Yo, 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 it's your boy Big Vibe Opinion, and I'm back with another live video. I hope everybody having a blessed day slash night. Uh Hope everybody is adjusting to the time change. Seem like the days have just got even longer than they already were before. But I'm glad y'all are here, and since y'all are in the house, a big bye. Make sure y'all hit that like button, make sure you hit that share button. And most importantly, make sure you sub to the channel if you haven't already. But tonight, I'm gonna give y'all a little content tonight from a little bit of a little bit of information I've been researching throughout the day. So we ain't gonna get too far involved because we gotta save some for the state of the culture on Friday. Y'all know how I go down on the state of the culture meeting. But until then, check out this new intro. This lady T, what's up? Fantasia, what's going on, Stephanie? Stephanie been waiting on me all day. Stephanie been waiting on me all day. She was like, "Yeah, if I go ahead, man." I'm telling y'all, man, it was so hard. It's been so hard just trying to contain a lot of this information, man. I'm telling you. But I say, man, I gotta come on here and say something. I gotta come on here and say something. I gotta come on here and say something. Yes, Lord, man. Man, shout out, man. Shout out to the culture, though. I gotta say, shout out to the culture, man. You at work? Oh man, Fantasia, man. You just like me. We always working. We always working. But guess what? You gotta find time to make some content, here and there in between, So it's always good to be able to make a little content in between. I was seeing you doing your thing the other day. You had a calendar on that thing. I thought it was an ice cream cookie, Fantasia. I'm like, man, that's a calendar. I was like, oh my God, man. But yeah. Like they say, yeah. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here, man. I'm here. And we growing. Shout out to everybody that joined the channel, man. The channel was growing still. Shout out to everybody that's been sharing the lives. Shout out to everybody who's been sharing the comments. Sharing the content, the reposts. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting. Because guess what? We one big family. We all have to support each other. Because guess what? The more of us come together and support each other in unity, the better it's going to be for everybody. Because we're going to have to bring everybody along the ride in this journey, trying to bring light and shed light on things that's going on in this culture. So thanks to everybody who's out there, who's out there that's been resharing my information, resharing the live stream, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Oh man, I'm really appreciative, man. I'm very, very appreciative because y'all, I'm able to come on here, and we are able to come on here and have these type of conversations and break this stuff down where everybody can get some from it, and that's what it's about. But tonight, like you seen on the in the headline, we got John Sally, we got the NAACP. What is the NAACP? And why is the NAACP so quiet when it comes to the things that they were supposed to be put in place for, the protection of the rights of the humans, the rights of, I don't like to say black, man. I don't like to say black because I know black means death. We have to stop calling ourselves black because black means death. So shout out to all my melanated people, man, because guess what? God chose us. Yes, Lord, we up, we up, we up, we up. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let me get my people over here. They somewhere out here on these YouTube street. We live now, though. We finna talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know, we have to start identifying ourselves. You know, every time we call ourselves black, we are saying we are nobody. So we have to stop identifying ourselves as black because black isn't a race. Black isn't an ethnicity. Black is nothing. Black, look at it. You showed me the last time you saw a black person. I mean, honestly, like, I mean, we all new to this. You know what I'm saying? We all are starting to learn who we are and where we come from. And I challenge people to start trying to figure out who you are and where you come from. We have to understand what these words mean. You know what I'm saying? We have to stop calling ourselves, we got to stop denouncing. We have to stop denouncing ourselves when it comes to this thing called race in this country that we're living in. Because every time we say that we're black, that's why none of those rights qualify to you. Because you are announcing yourself as not existing. Simple as that. I'm Aboriginal, aka Native American, to the pale faith. All right, now, Fantasia, you gonna open up a whole can of worms. I'm telling you. Man, where my people at, man? Where y'all at? Man, I got some content. I'm telling y'all, I got some content. Man, y'all been checking out my little skits or whatever. My little skits been dropping, boy. I've been dying laughing, boy. I got some skits I ain't even dropped yet. I got some one I ain't even dropped yet. Wait till I drop. I just be sitting around making stuff, but I be making so much stuff. Man, when I'm sitting around bored, I just be putting stuff together. I'm getting it together now. Let me see. There we go. Where my people at, man? We 8 minutes in, and my people ain't in here yet. But you know, we gonna do it how we do it. Yes, y'all. Man. Now, if people are not really paying attention to what's going on in society today, over the last week, two things has happened. You had over the last 2 weeks, there's been a shift in this world as we know it. I don't know how people are taking it, but if you go back to Kanye's interview, then you come back to what we're seeing with Kyrie Irving, we're starting to see a shift in this country. And this shift that we're starting to see are people coming out that once sat back in the background, and now those people are no longer in the backgrounds no more, because guess what? You know the term they used to say, a hit dog holler, right? So now we seeing that these brothers come out and, well, I would just say with Kyrie Irving himself, this man didn't even say nothing. This man didn't even speak a word out of his mouth, and they labeled him as being anti-Semitic.
Yeah, all
So
he did was repost the that movie.
that's it. He just did a repost. He didn't.
But look, check this out. Amazon, not to cut you off, bro, but Amazon did it before he did it, and Amazon actually got money off of it, and they didn't have to apologize or none of that.
I finna shock the shit out of you with this information that I got.
Did you see how they was walking LeBron James? I think it was either LeBron or some basketball player. Yeah, they was walking him around with that what they call him?
He was Jewish,
Rabbi. Yeah, there you go. That's what it was, Rabbi. But
you know I'd have seen it.
Yeah, go deeper into who that man is though, and watch what pop up. That shit gonna fuck you up.
He just got out of prison.
There it is. There it is.
Man, I've been researching to the point to where I can't even sleep. That's why I say I gotta try to save some stuff for the state of the culture, but at the same time, I'm gonna call out these fucking culture vultures though. Most definitely. And big salute to John Sally today. Fuck Shannon Sharp, fuck LeBron James, fuck Stephen A. I got a lot of fucks for Charles Barkley. A lot of these niggas.
They said fuck Shaq ass too.
Yeah, Shaq. I'm saying fuck Shaq. I'm not fucking with Shaq. And guess what? This is I'm gonna expose the hypocrisy.
I know that's right.
Society today, because you can come out and call a man an idiot who tell you this man say he done read a European dictionary. This man speak European English. He went and learned different languages to try to better understand his heritage and different things like that. And what type of idiot you know that's educated? The man went to Duke. What the hell are you talking about, Shaq?
It's the fact, even if he didn't go to Duke, it's still the principle of he went and figured out who he is. You know what I'm saying? As far as a person, his heritage, his his ancestry and all that. He went to go find out who he is.
And found out, man. Dug it to the archives.
Right. So with that being said, they can't be mad at him for that. You know, it ain't his fault that other people want to be dumb and just be Sambo, sing and dance. You know what I'm saying? They
media program, meaning they gonna run with whatever the media say. No one is gonna question what the media says. Like that's one thing. One thing I pride my grandfather on. My grandfather was one of them ones that told, you never just listen to, if people come talking to you or people are speaking about a certain individual, don't never just run with the narrative just because somebody came and told you this about that person. If you don't know this person for yourself, you might want to go and have a conversation with them for yourself. Form your own opinion. Because other people's opinion could be for whatever reason they may have against that person.
That's facts right there.
What's up, brother? What's up?
Hey.
Man, I got so much.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good.
I got so much shit loaded up, man. I mean, from COINTELPRO to all type of shit, man. I've been all weekend. I've been digging and finding. But one thing I'm gonna tell y'all, this just like we talk about in this R. Kelly rabbit hole, right? With this R. Kelly case, we say everybody that come out and speak against R. Kelly, why is it that let the time pass and something about their past gonna come out and reveal itself? Ain't that shit been happening?
True.
So Shaq come out, call Kyrie an idiot, along with Barkley and all these other people. So, did y'all know in 2012 that Shaq bought a movie theater in upstate New Jersey called Cityplex 12?
Played the same movie.
They aired the goddamn documentary in his theater. Shaq, you got mail.
Go ahead, bro.
Shaq, you got mail? Oh, Shaq ain't do that. Shaq ain't never did nothing like that. Shaq ain't
Shit.
never participated in nothing like that. I know that's what the people gonna say because they like the big Aristotle, you know,
But you know
cheeseburger.
what? You know what's funny though?
Mm.
Now I can almost tell you why he played it then because I don't know if he's still a I don't know if he's still a I don't know if he's still a practicing Muslim, but it's just funny because when they came out, I remember them talking about that back then. But then if you think about it, Kyrie never said anything about anyone. He just posted
The link.
the link.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
So if you think about it, when I was telling somebody this the other day, I said you got two sides of the same coin. The only difference is one side is not sure what direction they want to go in. Perfect example. Kenny Smith didn't say anything. If you
Anything.
listen to everybody talk, he
Shout
was
out
like
to Kenny Smith. He
he was
said
he
he
was
want to
neutral.
understand Kyrie.
He was neutral, but at the same time, you can tell he was like, nah. You know what I mean? You
But
take
what they go
Mayweather,
back to with the boycott? Go back to the boycott.
right? But see, here's the thing. If you don't want to say anything, just say, you know what, I don't have no
No
comment
comment.
until I further look into the situation. You know what I'm saying? And the thing of it is, I think people miss the point because if you go back and look at Muhammad Ali, when he said he wasn't gonna fight in a war, he said no Viet Cong ain't never did nothing to me.
Okay.
Yep.
So what they do?
Lock him up.
Lock him up, try to destroy his career. Then if you go back to the picture with Jim Brown, Bill Russell, Muhammad Ali, and a few other athletes, Kareem Abdul, they all stood tall at that conference
Mm.
that they was gonna have. The problem nowadays with these cats these days, they are so afraid to speak or just say, you know what, I don't have enough information, but if I do my homework, then I can decide, hey, maybe it was portions that I did agree with, and maybe it was portions I didn't agree with. But at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, a person has a right to freedom of speech. The sad part about it is people need to understand what the Anti-Defamation League is, and then I'm gonna take it a little further. Go back and look at the history of the people who started the NAACP. Then you'll begin
Mm-hmm.
to understand
Oh,
these
hold on.
folks ain't.
Yep.
Hold on, J Rock, you moving too fast. Hold on. We gonna
I,
read this so we can go and get it off the stream. Then we gonna get on their ass in a minute. But they
uh-huh.
on the chopping block. They on the chopping block. But we
Yeah.
look at Shaq say, it hurts me sometimes when we have to sit up here to talk about stuff that divide the game. We got to answer for what this idiot has done. You calling another brother that looks just like you an idiot,
So
someone who chose to speak up and identify himself and not via a tweet. He identified himself within the press conferences when they was asking him questions. But he tweeted on his platform. He just put out a tweet. But the thing about it is, what I've been telling everybody, even that people that I talk to in my personal life, listen at what the media is saying. They are more
Mhm.
afraid of Kyrie's influence, his
yep.
followers. He has
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
17 million followers on Instagram. He has another
Yep.
5 million followers on Twitter. Oh, him retweeting something like that could spark. What did Tupac say? He said, I don't have to change the world myself, but if I can spark the brain that makes the change, then my job is done. This is
That
Exactly.
what
part.
they're afraid of.
Just like I was trying
So
to
you go
tell
to a
these
person
people.
like go ahead.
My bad. I'm sorry, baby. I ain't mean to cut you off. No,
No, go ahead. You can go ahead.
just like I was telling these people this one day, they were saying how they got land and stuff like that, but they put a clause act on their land, which is the government put a clause act on their land, which is states that they cannot sell their land or give it away to nobody that's not in their family. So that's stopping them from making money, you know what I'm saying, and things like that, and stuff off their own land. It's like, okay, if it's mine, how you, Mr. Government, Uncle Sam, gonna try to tell me what I could do with my property? This is my stuff. So how you even got your nose in my business? I don't understand that. But then again, I do understand that. But the people that got the land, they don't understand it and they don't know how to get out of it. But I do. I do. And I don't even got no land. I'm trying to get mine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you got so many people nowadays just, infiltrating, and stuff like that. Because what a lot of people have to realize is that we're the ones who started the secret societies. You see what I'm saying? Before it got infiltrated and stolen from us and stuff. We're
Like you
the
did.
ones, the black man. That's why I love the black man all day. You feel me? At the same time, it's like they sleep so hard. You see what I'm saying? To the point where when you try to wake them up, they get irritated. They don't want to talk about stuff like this. You see what I'm saying? Because to them, it make them think. They don't want to think. They like robots.
So, and I think another thing. Go ahead, Big Boy.
Now, but the thing is with our people is simple as this. They're going to have to be forced to make a change. They're not going to willingly do it. That's it. They're not going to willingly give up the life that they've been living because they feel like this is the way of doing it. So, therefore, they're going to have to be forced, which means when the wrath of God comes upon the people, then guess what? You're going to have to be forced to make a goddamn decision. If your goddamn house burning and everything is in it, when you have to make a decision, are you going to risk your life to try to go in there and get some fucking material out of this house? Or you going to save yourself and say, guess what? I shall rise again. This thing with our people, we are burning. Our people don't see the fire. Actually, you have to look at what we're living. We are living in a fucking fire right now. We are living in the most dangerous times in this country right now with the things that are going on around us. And what they do is they continuously distract us by coming out with all of these different goddamn movements, making it seem like now how the fuck the most oppressed race of people in this world, all of a sudden we the most racist people now?
That's the narrative they want to play on. And I'll say this. Shout out to Spitting Fire. I was watching her earlier, and she had showed where it's called BlackRock and Vanguard, who actually owns all these news investors in these news stations, and not only that, they also own the private prisons. So I said I got to do some homework on the next couple of days, because if you really look at the big picture, it's one thing to say something on TV, but when you talk about sports itself, now think about the people, the executives and the producers who write the script for the day. They put the information out there in front of them, so you can either choose to answer it or don't answer it. You know what I'm saying? And I go back to Kenny. I go back to Kenny Smith. He stood on his own ground as a man. And at the end of the day, you can take it even further. The minute somebody finds truth in something that goes against the grain, all hell will break loose. It's no different if God puts in his Bible and he says, I know the Jews that are, I know the true Jews that I know the Jews that I know the Jews that is and that are not. I'm paraphrasing. If he put that in there, that means something.
Or better yet, go deeper than that. Check this out. Remember when what Hitler said? He said they are not the original Jews. Hitler said that they are not the original Jews because they left black and they came back white. That is what Hitler said.
He said that. You're absolutely
Not
correct.
saying that him killing all those people was correct. That was kind of that was not kind of, but that was really whoa. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was messed up. Really, it was. That was a real messed up genocide right there. But at the
That's it.
same time, he had his own way of basically doing it. You know what I'm saying? Of pretty much trying to get rid of them. You see what I'm saying? Because he knew what they were, and he knew that, I guess, pretty much if they would have stayed, what type of agenda they would have had pushed. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff that they don't want to cover when it comes to history. Even with the Rosa Parks situation, they try to teach us in school that all she did was sit down because she was tired. But nah, Rosa Parks was a rebel, baby. She was way more than what people were saying. You see what I'm saying? But they try to downplay her because they don't want people to get the idea of, ooh, it's about to go down.
And not only that,
we gotta look at who's allowed to tell us our history.
Not only that, but there was a lady before Rosa Parks who actually started it before Rosa Parks did. And the only reason why Rosa Parks was the face of it because she was light skinned. Y'all didn't know that, did you?
Now, see, I knew that, and the Boondocks put it out there. Right. when Grandpa got mad as hell.
You know what I'm saying? So even like you said about Hitler, it's true he did say that because he studied and knew the history of it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think his parents were Jews. If I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. But also, they don't talk about the Ethiopian Jews either.
But you know what? And I'm gonna tell you what else they don't talk about. They just now starting to talk about it when it comes to the pyramids. How the pyramids is all over the world. You see what I'm saying? They under the sea, they everywhere. But they not trying to tell you and they don't want you in there. They don't want you in there. They're not gonna let you in there. And they try to say like, oh well, if something happened and blah blah blah. No, because it's a lot of things that's in that Grand Canyon. They just don't want you in there because they know if you touch something in there and you have like the God DNA and you touch something in there, you can activate some stuff. And they don't want that to happen because people have to also realize our technology right now, everything that's happening right now is dumb. It's just dumbed down. The technology that our ancestors had and everything was way, way more advanced. And this is why you starting to see these giants waking up now and they starting to show this stuff because they was in a hyper chamber that they had built as far as aliens and stuff like that. Like right now, they have two giants. One is a big, big redhead giant. I think they call him Elil or Enkil. And then there's another one that they found. But Enkil or Elikil, he's a redhead giant and he looks Caucasian, right? But he got a crown on his head. Now they have another one where he's melanated and black as tar, and he's a little skinnier, but he's still a giant. And I'll show when I get a chance to start my Rumble account. I'm gonna bust all that out with the pictures, evidence, and everything. So a lot of people got to realize in the Arctic, right? And under the North Pole and all that ice that's melting, everything that's under that ice is thawing out. So all these things is starting to wake up, like the megalodon. The megalodon is a really, really big shark. It's bigger than the average shark that we have. It's bigger than a whale. Like that thing is huge. They recently, discovered the teeth and all type of stuff. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. But I thank y'all for having me on here. I got to dip.
All right, beloved. Have a great evening, Queen.
Okay, then make sure you keep listening.
I am. You already know. You already know. I just want to open it up with you real quick. You was calling for your people, so I had to show up, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You always welcome. All right. That was Fantasia, everybody. Welcome, Faces and Beyond, and Huff, V White. What's going on? What's going on? So what you have here is we got Shaq come out and make a statement calling Kyrie Irving an idiot, and he don't like that racial divide and things like that. But here is the guy you see here on the stream. That is the producer of the
That's the
documentary.
yeah,
Um,
right.
yeah,
Donald Donald something Jr. I think it is.
yeah, that's him right here in this picture on the stream. If you can see it,
Mm-hmm.
he the guy who produced the documentary. Um, in 2012, it shows where Shaq purchased this movie theater in upstate New Jersey called Cityplex 12. When they
Mm-hmm.
first add in the tri-state areas now your chance to see the second Hebrews to Negroes movie in Newark, New Jersey. They played it at Shaq aired this movie documentary in his movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking myself, Shaquille O'Neal, now if Kyrie is catching this type of hell behind a retweet, I ain't gonna say a retweet, he's catching this hell behind a repost of a movie or a documentary. You actually aired this documentary in your movie theater. So this is the shit that goes on. No, we throw bricks and hide our hands. Fact, I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling you, Shaquille O'Neal, whether you hear Big Vibe voice ever in your life, the way God works, when you come against his people, your true self is gonna show. You gonna have to answer to why you add this movie slash documentary in your movie theater eventually. Cause guess what? No matter how much ass you kiss, you still the same old Negro to these people. Cause guess what?
Mm-hmm.
They want to take money from Kyrie. Kyrie don't nearby got as much money as Shaq because it's all about the money. Shaq,
Mm-hmm.
when they get that, once it's exposed that you aired this document, you were one of the first movie theaters to air this documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Those people are gonna come knocking at your door. They're gonna want answers. Now, who gonna be the idiot then? See, one thing we have to this has been the whole thing with our people throughout the generations and decades and like it's the go along to get along. Nobody want to stand for right. You can't sit here and say as a human being that what these people are doing to Kyrie Irving and what these people are doing to Kanye West is ethical.
And not only that, these brothers got to understand. You got the error on the side of caution because the very same people that you working for are throwing those narratives out there, and y'all should be able to read between the lines that this is bullshit because he didn't say nothing about no Jews or nobody, period, at all. So to throw out the whole anti-Semitic thing was a bunch of bullshit in the first place.
Now, this is you see on the stream, this is a Caucasian guy who actually went out and purchased the doc. He went out and purchased the doc. Also, he read the doc.
I read the book too, Big Vi.
And do you see what he say in his message? Let's listen to what
He
he has to say.
he said he's being whipped because of his influence. Anybody who calls a film anti-Semitic hasn't watched the film. Any corporation that bans Irving is taking him down for other reasons. It's a setup. He's a political pawn that wasn't. They want him gone because he's a thinker, and they must get rid of him. They only want to be. They only want obedient people, like Shaq, and everyone must watch the film. Thank you.
See, and this come from a Caucasian brother.
Bro, what's the dude named Cole Beasley even stepped up and spoke on behalf of Kyrie? He a white boy, football player,
Right.
if I'm not
Well,
mistaken.
that's the one that used to play for Dallas, right?
I think so. But that's what I'm saying, Big Vi. The people that work for the media, like Stephen A. and all the rest of them, they already know that those producers throw those narratives out there. They give y'all the information and say, go ask these questions. How do y'all feel about it?
Ooh, man, I'm glad you just said that, sir. Hold on.
Okay.
Because why is it that these sports analysts are only going to melanated basketball players and entertainers and asking them how do they feel about what Kyrie said? Why haven't they went to Cole Beasley was the first person that put a statement on to make a statement that wasn't a person that looks like us.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere you see them asking this question, they always asking other other brothers in the NBA, other brothers in the NFL, other brothers on these sport analyst panels. Why are they not asking these pale people how they feel? And if a pale person do speak up and say how they feel, the first thing they say, I'm Jewish.
Right.
Oh, I can't make it up.
And see, that's the sad part about it, because social media to a certain point has made people smart but dumb at the same time. You put up a post, that post can have more meaning to it just for that short, you know what I'm saying, for that short little part you may have seen. That's why I tell cats, man, go research the stuff. And whatever you find out, okay, cool. But at the end of the day, stand on what you believe in at the end of the day. It's not a crime to stand on what you believe in at the end of the day. Number two, he didn't go out there and rob and kill nobody. He didn't go tell somebody to go burn a church or a synagogue down or none of that shit.
Not even.
He said what he said. So you mad about it, but then you're going to turn around and flip the game, then bring in the Anti-Defamation League, and they're going to say, well, oh, we're going to make him pay $500,000. That's going okay, so what the $500,000 going to do?
Now I need my money back. Once y'all suspended me to $500,000 transaction counsel, y'all fuck y'allself.
And like the brother said, and like I said, what I read, there's no anti-Semitic stuff anyway. And then if you want to understand who Semitic people are, go look it up.
That's it.
Go look it up.
What's up, Linda?
Because they need to stop the bullshit at the end of the day. And it's sad. The sad part about it is you have Jews that are black, but nobody talks about them. Nobody talks about the black Jews that was actually in Israel but wasn't treated as such.
What's up, Demetria?
We don't want to go there.
Welcome to the channel, Demetrius. What's up, brother Lex?
What's going on, brother? How y'all doing, man?
What's up, brother Lex?
Talking about it. Linda, hey, what's going on? Now, what we have on the stream, what you see here is the NAACP, which was founded in 1909.
There you go. Thank you, Big Bob, for bringing that up, because I was about to speak on it earlier.
Now, the problem I have with this is we have been told that the NAACP was put in place to represent who?
All lies, homie.
Now, if you look on the picture, there's only two people that looks like us, even a part of the NAACP. The origins of it. So we got W.E.B. DeBard and this sister at the bottom. I gotta zoom it in so I can see her name. What up, Dean? Let me go to the picture so I can see her name. So this little association, this is Ida B. Wells. Okay.
Yeah.
We've heard these names throughout history. But what about these other four people?
Can I tell you they're supposed to be Jews too?
Of course.
I'm just saying.
but
But they
the
don't.
thing
But they
about
don't.
though,
But they don't tell the people that though. They
the
don't tell the people that.
NAACP was put in place to protect them,
Boom.
not
Hello.
you. That's why when we see our brothers being unjustly treated throughout these court systems in this country, why you don't see them standing up? Because they're never going to stand up against their own people. We watch R. Kelly due process rights be violated blatantly, ran the court like a mockery, made a muck of the U.S. federal court system. But guess what? R. Kelly wasn't the first one.
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
I'll take it a step further, bro. Look at all the men who've been set free from prison that was innocent. Who helped them get out of jail? The fucking Innocent Project people. Not the NAACP. Not the NAACP. You never heard them step up on nothing.
Not one word.
They've been quiet. Just like the National Black Caucus that's sitting up there in Washington, D.C. What are they doing? Not a damn thing.
Not a word.
And at the end of the day, I'm not talking about when people use the word sellout. I'm not talking about money. My thing is, if you're supposed to be for the people, in any action that comes up that's unjust, your ass supposed to be on the front line.
On the front line. No questions asked. Just like they run to all these NIGGAS when something goes on with in our community, they want to run, put a microphone. And see, that's the thing. Our people are microphone. They run to the ones who they know are not microphone intelligent. That's why they run to them first. Because they know they're going to say some stupid shit. I just sat here and I got the clip. Shannon Sharp said this muscle-bound, dumb, swole, little head ass, still wearing a part from the fucking 70s, still stuck in the past. You sit here and talk about your grandma all the time and what the hell your grandma went through. I dare you sit here and call this man an idiot. This young man is not no damn idiot. So now we living in a world where we're calling the smart people dumb and the dumb people supposed to be smart. Well, goddamn, what Kanye said, an eye for an eye, lead the whole goddamn world blind.
Exactly. But the other key part of that, Big Vibe, is that people don't think for themselves. And we got a whole lot of people in our community that don't think for themselves and not free thinkers. As you said earlier, they'll go along to get along. I'd rather walk alone by myself than somebody tell me how to think of what I should say and what I shouldn't say.
Huh? That's it.
And that's the whole purpose. When these different channels that come on that do things respectfully, you can respectfully agree and disagree at the same time. But at the end of the day, it's the message that counts. What is the message saying to get you to understand your behavior needs to go in such a direction in order to fight the injustices that's going on, not only with just R. Kelly, but just across the fucking board. Because if they can do it to him, you already know they setting it up for everybody else.
Everybody. And see, these people don't understand that you are not subjective when you are melanated. You don't get no pass.
Exactly.
Just because you rub hands with these people, guess what? If it's them or you or them, when it comes to their people, then guess who's going to be sacrificed? Your ass.
Now look at the situation with the young man. I think his name is Pimo from the Spurs. I think it was that got that they waived because apparently in his therapy sessions or something, he's supposed to have been exposing his genitalia, but he basically came out and said it was the shorts that he had on. So now they trying to railroad him. So now you got another whole Me Too situation coming up.
It's gonna continue to. And guess what? Man, look here. What's going on in this world? You don't even need no telescope to see this shit no more. It's a big picture. It's a big picture. It's not even, what they say back, Malcolm would say the revolution won't be televised. Well, now it's
Mm-hmm.
being televised. So what
Yeah.
does that tell you? If you are watching this shit now, that should tell you something. Something is
Mm-hmm.
about to change. And I'm gonna drop this clip from John Sally and Shannon Sharp. And John Sally, man, this brother, they was having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And when this brother spoke on Kanye West, man, this brother had a tear fall from his eye.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
you
saw
can
that
tell
earlier.
that Shannon Sharp, funky ass, steroid taking motherfucker. Shannon Sharp, he wasn't ready for John Sally. He wasn't ready for John Sally's response because he looking for everybody to condemn Kyrie Irving and Kanye West. Skip see this Green Goblin looking ass over there and just okay everything Shannon say. Shannon still don't understand how you being used. The two Caucasians or whatever they is, they sitting back letting you do all the talking and they just I agree. You the one who's sitting here trashing Kyrie, not them. Even on the TNT, even Ernie decide you want to talk about Kyrie. And all Shaq, Shaq, he did it. Charles Barkley, the first one, motherfuckers, he need to be suspended. You don't take that man money. Man, what the fuck? How do you sound? Are you serious?
And not only that, how you gonna suspend somebody or take somebody money based off of their opinion or how they or what their belief is?
In opinion. In opinion.
Matter of fact, it wasn't not even an opinion, just what they post, and then the man tells you in the interview when they asking him questions, he's saying what he's saying, but he never said nothing about nobody being a Jew or none of that shit. They just
None of
took it
that.
and ran with it. Took it and ran with it. And like I said,
Then,
because these cats will take the narrative and they will shoot it out to the people. And the very same people that's shooting it out there, I guarantee you, they didn't do their goddamn homework either. They
ain't none
just
of them watched. None of them
they
seen it.
they talking because of a so-called history that's being told that's not really true and not really bringing the truth at the end of the day. It's all bullshit, smoke and mirrors.
And we can't say Shaq ain't seen it, because guess what? We just proved that Shaq actually aired this shit in his movie theater.
Mhm.
And he have to approve what get played and what don't get played.
And not only that, the next day it came out after they talked about Kyrie when Shaq put it in his movie theater. And the very next day.
But could this be the reason why he talking about Kyrie? Oh my God. Look at Shims. I don't know what's wrong with these motherfucking him-its. Oh my God. Shaquanda, Brockisha,
LeBron let me down, man. He let me down.
But see,
look at
here's the thing, man. One thing you gotta realize, celebrities are gonna be celebrities at the end of the day. So I don't put nothing past what they say. I don't put nothing past what they ain't gonna say. Because at the end of the day, I'm not living for them and they ain't living for me. So I hear it and don't hear it because at the end of the day, I've done my homework and I continue to do my homework. And they don't speak for me because they ain't coming to the hood.
no
It's
LeBron.
no
Look
different. It's no
at your
different than
boy
who that? It's no.
Charlene with the heels on. Look at Shaquanda. Look at LeBron wonder. Talk about masculinity, huh? This that shit Dave Chappelle was talking about. Hey, what they hey, when they go to that dress, you just know. When they put that dress on, you better know what they doing. That's the ritual.
Because at the end of the day, you got to keep in mind, man, these cats, they on a whole nother level in terms of how they look at stuff and how they see stuff. You know what I mean? And whether I disagree with them or agree with them, they word to a certain extent don't hold no weight in my eyes at the end of
No.
the day.
So we got 2 clips to check out. Dean, you want to say something before we play the first clip? Lex, you got something to say before we play this first clip?
Nah,
Yeah,
go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
bro.
go. Yeah, I'm gonna go and say what I gotta say. I'm gonna let y'all play the clip. I'm gonna get back on out the wire. That's the main reason why I don't want to teach CRT in school right now, because it puts out too much truth and it hides what they done in the past, and they want that shit out. They want all the kids to see what's going on. But it's too late now. Everybody want to do investigating. Everybody know how to go on YouTube or go and start doing their own research. So whether they want to put it in school or not, the truth still gonna be found out about it. So they can keep hiding all they want. It ain't gonna work. All right, I'm gonna go and let y'all go ahead and run the little clip, man. I'm gonna sit back and look at it.
All right, Lex.
All right, bet.
Let's go to this one first.
And he was more defensive of it than the master was. That was the house Negro. And today you still have house Negroes and field Negroes. Yeah. Slavery, when black people like me talk to the slaves, they didn't kill him. They'd send some old house Negro along behind him to undo what he said. You have to read the history of slavery to understand this. There were 2 kinds of Negroes. There was that old house Negro and the field Negro. And the house Negro always looked out for his master. When the field Negroes got too much out of line, he held them back in check. He put them back on the plantation. And he lived in a better house. He lived right up next to his master, in the attic or the basement. And he loved his master more than his master loved himself. If the master got sick, he'd say, "What's the matter, boss? We sick?" He never wanted his master's property threatened. And he was more defensive of it than the master was. That was the house Negro. And today you still have house Negroes and field Negroes. Yeah.
What's the matter, boss? We sick?
He on the gun line, boss.
Hey, boss, I saw him read. Hey, boss, them niggas was praying. Boy, man, oh my God, I know what I gotta do. Boy. That goddamn, what the hell? Who this nigga is on that nag? Boy, look, man, you shot Calvin. What that motherfucker say? Them niggas ain't here for no Mandingo. They want that bitch.
And here's another thing I want people to realize too. And I know in our culture we use the word Uncle Tom a lot, but people don't realize Uncle Tom was the one who was actually trying to help the slaves. It was Sambo. Sambo was the one that was actually telling on the slaves when they was trying to escape. So y'all need to understand history. Y'all flipping it and making
Uncle Tom name, which my son is named after Uncle Tom, is Josiah Hanson. That was the name. And Uncle Tom was loyal.
Exactly.
That was Uncle Tom's problem. He was loyal. And Uncle Tom had the opportunity to let the slaves free when he came through Cincinnati. On his way traveling to the South, New Orleans. After the slave master had died, they was transferring the slaves to New Orleans, selling the slaves off to New Orleans, and he had an opportunity to let the slaves free, but he was loyal and he went on about his job and delivered the slaves. And when he got to New Orleans and seen the conditions, he regretted that he did not let those people go. But then he turned around and traveled back to Cincinnati and learned that he could buy his freedom. Therefore, when he went back to Kentucky to the plantation, he worked and bought his family out of slavery. Bought himself first, then bought his family. Then he went back to Kentucky. He went back to Cincinnati and started working and started making more money. And when he started to come into money, he started to go and buy people out of slavery. So the whole analogy of Uncle Tom has been like they did every other story. They have brainwashed us to think that Uncle Tom was a fucked up individual. Well, honestly, all he was a loyal person. His dad was like one of the, like we see on the movie Life, like the little black dude with the gun. His dad was like that to the slave master. So
exactly,
the slave master was a drunk. So one night the slave master went out on the town, and Uncle Tom's father was the chauffeur. And the slave master got into a fight with some other guys. And then the thing about it, during those times, black people wasn't allowed to be a part of anything that those people had going on. So in this fight that they were having, Uncle Tom's father, the slave master, was losing the fight. So his dad decided to jump in and help his slave master. Therefore, he ended up being punished. They broke his fucking arm, his shoulders. The dad couldn't do nothing. The dad later went on and died. That's how Uncle Tom got into position. But a lot of people haven't read this story to understand what really went on.
Exactly.
When I swear, when I read it, I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like, bro. I like this man. They went traveling, didn't have no way. Him and his wife and his kids. You know, they were looking for food, didn't have no food to eat. The man had to take his shoes off, take the sole out of his shoes, go down to the goddamn river, put water in his shoe to carry back to his wife. This dude was Uncle Tom should be praised more than what they do. They got a lot of people in this world thinking that Uncle Tom was a fucked up person, but honestly, Uncle Tom was the reason for a lot of these slaves getting out of slavery. He regretted delivering them slaves to New Orleans when he saw the condition. And when he went back and learned that he could buy his freedom, the man went back and did exactly that. Then he also went back and bought other slaves freedom.
Yep.
That's fire.
When I read that shit in high school, I was like, what the fuck? I said, we got this shit all backwards.
All you gotta do is you can go on YouTube and look Josiah Hanson. That was his real.
That's crazy.
Y'all see how they treating Cole Beasley, man?
Oh, they going after Cole Beasley now?
Yeah. Taylor from the Crip, he had something to say about old Cole Beasley, talking about he not in the NFL no more, so he don't have salary coming in, so he can pretty much say what he want to say. Cause he not at work, so you don't have to worry about the standards when you working for a corporation. Or if you at work on a job, you can say what you want to say when you're not working for a big corporation. They got those company policy rules, so that's why a lot of them not saying too much. But at the same time, they got enough money amongst themselves to form their own little NBA or NFL and won't have to worry about those same standards that they trying to hold them to and whatnot. They say you got freedom of speech, but here really there ain't freedom of speech if you can't say what you want to say.
But see, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I keep telling people, freedom ain't free, and free ain't freedom, and freedom ain't free at the end of the day.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't care what job you work at. They always say you have to be careful what you say, how you say it, and who you say it to. We all sign on a dotted line at the end of the day. But if you know something's false and you speak the truth, you should not be punished for it at the end of the day. Especially if you ain't commit no crime. It's just a conversation or an opinion, this, that, and the third.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when you go back and look at these big corporations that own these big media companies, then you begin to understand how the narratives get ran.
They don't want to let me teach tonight. They trying to stop me from teaching tonight. Guess I'm talking about I'm speaking on something tonight. But guess what? They can't hold the power of God back, man. They gonna feel around.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's go and look at let's go and check out what John Sally had to say today.
Yeah, roll that because I hadn't seen it yet. So check, yeah, roll that right now.
Right, here it come. Right about now.
Right. Stephen A., my man 50 grand, went in on Kyrie and had COVID twice and barely could walk and thought he was on his deathbed with the vaccine.
Right.
And the boosters.
Right.
Kyrie had none of that.
Right.
So,
but you know, like the vaccine and booster doesn't guarantee, just like taking the mumps or the chicken pox or all those vaccines doesn't guarantee taking a flu shot.
I'm a vegan. I started studying veganism in 1991 and became a complete vegan in 2007. Like I lived this lifestyle. So I understood.
Yeah, but you had another 16 years of eating meat. You had done got it all out your system.
Right. So if you get things out of your system, which your system is only right here. So if you get things out of your lower intestines in 60 days, 30 days, shoot, in I don't know, 11 months, you can have a totally clear system. So knowing that the stronger immune system and the stronger your system is, the better it is against viruses.
What about Kyrie retweeting Alex Jones, a known conspiracist, about Sandy Hook didn't happen? The parents are actors. People lost their kids.
Yeah. Once again, I don't know if I said it on this show, but social media has destroyed everything. Because stop talking to the peanut gallery. Not that against the black folks in there, and what you call it. Stop listen. The audience is there to listen to you, right? And to sit around and to talk, just doing things on Twitter, you can get caught up.
Right.
But let me, and it's soon as I see it, soon as I'm a biggest Kanye fan. Soon as I see anything with Kanye that is huge and talked about everywhere, I step back and I look to my right and left. I look around. I go, something's about to happen. Because every time they've used Kanye as an excuse or a distraction, something went down that we were not paying attention to. In this present time, they're talking about White Lives Matter t-shirt, Black Lives Matters, what he's doing, people going back and forth. Yeah. And what's up? What's next?
What are we missing?
I think Africa is upset. There's a war about to happen. There's a straight up war about to happen. Not a war like in Afghanistan where you only see it on the news for 7 seconds and we go back. This one's a real one. These are white folks against white folks. This is a real war. This is World War I and World War II. There's going to be land changers, but they're going to talk about Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, isn't it strange? And I'm not gonna say it's strange, it always happen. Elections next week, right?
This week. Shit, voting tomorrow.
I mean, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
You see how the buildup is from 2 weeks ago up until now? It never fails. Every 2 years, every 4 is always some shit. Then soon after the election is over with, you ain't gonna hear nothing else about Kanye or Kyrie shit. it's gonna be something else.
Hell, not only that, you see how they pressuring everybody. I'm getting texts almost every damn day about voting, and numbers I ain't never seen before. Got stuff coming in the mail about, are you gonna vote?
Exactly.
I'm like, damn, hell, how you know I'm alive, motherfucker? Shit.
But see, Lex, that's my whole point, bro. It never fails.
Man,
Everybody start panicking. And John Sally just said it. It's about to be a war happening. These two white
man.
folks on each side of the fence, they arguing with each other right now. Oh,
Uh-huh.
Right.
democracy is at risk and all this other kind of shit.
Man, I seen that man wipe that pill from his eye, and I was watching the shit. I'm like, damn, man. And it didn't happen until he brung up the Kanye West topic. You go and look at the video in its totality. You go and look at the full video, you'll see the whole time he was talking, he was cool, but you could tell when he started to get on the Kanye subject, like he really wanted to say more. But he held off and just said a lot without saying a lot.
Exactly. And that's one thing I like.
When he wiped that tear from his eye, man, he probably wanted to check the shit out of Shannon, though. Honestly. You see how he called out Stephen A? You talk about me having
Facts.
this, that, and the third. You done took the vaccine and the booster, and you been sick with COVID twice.
But think about what he said. Even though him and Stephen A are friends, he called him out anyway, right?
Right.
So if you listen to John Sally, he'll say just enough to get you to think.
That's it. That's all you have to do. Because we can't. The thing about our people is, what's up, Tabitha? She's speaking. Tabitha say, "What's up, sir, Miguel?"
Who said that?
Tabitha Wright.
Hey, beloved.
The thing with our people is we can't just give them the information. The thing about it is, I can tell you this shit all day, just like I just told the story of Uncle Tom. But I would rather tell you, and that's pretty much Kyrie's thing. I don't want to tell you what this movie, your documentary is about, but instead, I'm going to put it out there for y'all to want to go, whoever, because the inquiring minds are going to go and see what it's about.
Exactly.
I went and bought it. I purchased the shit Saturday. It was 3 hours long. I didn't get to watch it all the way through, but I watched about an hour and 20 minutes of it, and I'm like, but see, the thing about it, you still got to read, because a lot of the information comes up on the screen in documents.
Yep.
So, you put the idea out there for people to go and look it up for themselves. And when they see it, because that's how, man, I was one of those type of people growing up. I hated reading. I wasn't a big reader. But the older I got and started to read, I became more intrigued by the things that I started to read. So that what put me in the headspace of learning, of wanting to read, learning how to read and understanding. Because when I read it, I can get an understanding for myself, better than somebody telling me, man, this, that, and the third. Like when you reading that book, when you read shit, you're really putting yourself in that place.
Exactly.
So the thing about it is the biggest thing about it, what we have to do, we just have to spark the minds of the people. But of course, we're gonna have some people that's gonna follow along. But the thing about following along with the crowd is, if you lost and don't know where we going, you fucking holding us up.
Exactly.
Dean, what's up, man? What we got, man? What's up? What we got to talk about, Dean? Come on, man.
What's up, bro? Man. Now I'm listening. I was listening. At first, earlier when I was speaking, what you call it, I noticed y'all couldn't hear me, but I think my headphone microphone was messed up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know if you heard me. I kept asking you. I'm like, yo, you can hear me, but clearly you couldn't.
Brother
Nah,
Dean, long time, Brother Dean, Brother Dean.
What up, Lex? What up, Sir Miguel? What up,
and
y'all?
I'm
What
a
up,
hold
gang?
this. Y'all
Nah,
keep this word in mind.
yo,
Bold.
y'all
Bold.
saw how Kevin Durant. You saw how he defended Kyrie though.
The first time I heard him, he really wasn't trying to say much, but he liked the basketball. But that's why I say that one comment is the best comment. No comment is the best comment to have.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh,
now what they're doing, now go back and look at fucking Jason Williams. Man, you know who defended Kyrie Irving?
who?
Out of all the motherfuckers the last person on fucking sports analyst, and I'm gonna tell you why he did it too. But I'm gonna ask y'all, who do y'all think was the one odd person that defended Kyrie Irving?
You probably gonna say Skip Bayless or some stupid shit.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd did, but this person this is
Yeah,
off the wall.
he talking about the analyst.
Oh shit, I don't know, bro.
Jason fucking Whitlock.
Oh yeah, he
Oh
did. I
shit.
forgot he did. Yeah, he did do that.
Jason Whitlock defended Kyrie,
Of,
but you know
of
why he
all
did
people,
it
of
though?
all people.
But you know why he did it? Because they took his fucking job.
Yeah, he want that.
So
He
you
want
don't
that.
see him on ESPN no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, he want that get back.
Yeah, cause Jason Whitlock used to do wild corny shit his damn self.
A lot of it. But
Yeah,
now,
because see, he shitted on Colin Kaepernick too.
right.
So
But
my
now
thing
all
is,
of a sudden,
what's the difference? What's the difference with Kyrie though? You shitted on Kaepernick, and he was speaking up for the people.
But why I just told you what the difference. When he shitted on Colin Kaepernick, what was he working at then?
ESPN.
Okay, so now he no longer work for ESPN no more.
And
But he still say some stupid shit
and
though,
guess who
even on this
owns
show.
ESPN?
Red,
Disney.
ABC,
Mm-hmm.
EFG, and all the rest of them.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go listen to see. I'm gonna have to go listen to see what he said.
Man, Floyd Mayweather put out a good ass message. See, Floyd Mayweather telling him, the thing about it is when you control your money, they can't take shit from you.
That's
And
true.
the thing with Kanye just proved with how they attacked Kanye West, it only proved it should have opened everybody's eyes to what Kanye was saying. He's telling y'all that these people have the power and the control to fucking take your career and do whatever they want to do with it when you not cooperate the way that they feel you should cooperate. When he was going around wearing they weren't even mad at him about the White Lives Matter shirt. They weren't mad at him about the mega hat. They wasn't mad at Kanye when he was acting like he was Jesus Christ in the goddamn church on that goddamn horse. They weren't mad at him for none of that.
Mad when he started enlightening.
But see, not only that, what fucked it up was they only showed you the White Lives Matter part on the back of the shirt. They didn't show you the motherfucking Pope on the front.
Even in the Drink Champs interview, a Jewish guy come in the Drink Champ interview while Kanye was talking, and
It
him
was
and
four.
Kanye,
It was four of them.
we good friends, we close friends. He said, I love Kanye, I respect him too. And Kanye told him the same thing. I love you and I respect you too. And they added that shit. They didn't want nobody to see that part of it because they want people to think that he hates Jewish people.
Steve Rifkin was there. Was one of the people sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. I think Steve Rifkin, Steve LaBelle, and there was like two other Jewish people that was there.
But see, like I said earlier, when they showed the White Lives Matter part, they only showed you the back. They didn't show you about the Pope. But I guarantee if they showed you the front and the back at the same time, you would have understood the message a little bit more clear. But what they did was We just gonna show the back to make y'all think, oh, this, that, and the third. Now think about when you have the Pope on the front of the shirt, what he telling y'all about these religious factions and all this other kind of shit. It starts with the Pope.
Mm-hmm.
That's where slavery and all that stuff come in at. That's why I keep telling people, when you want to talk about Christianity, first of all, Jesus ain't a Christian in the first place. Number two, if you go read the Doctrine of Discovery, it's going to tell you why they did what they did on behalf of what the Pope told them to do. He specifically said, any nation that you come upon that is not a Christian nation, take it over.
And that's on the documentary.
So at the end of the day, you want to talk about being a Christian? Bullshit. Hate to bust your bubble, because it ain't what you think it is. Because
But
Jesus never said he was a Christian in the first place.
but it goes always. But see, when people go down that rabbit hole, it has to go. It's gonna lead them to why was religion even created?
First of all,
Why was religion ever created? What did it
because
come? What is the origins of religion? It was to separate.
exactly,
Facts. Divide and conquer.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's what, and there
control the
you go.
mind.
Then that's what their whole mission was, to divide and conquer nations that wasn't under them.
Facts.
And now, and the biggest thing is they knew that because God has showed them through the resurrection that they know that this time was coming again. It's finna be this time. Revelation is about to come again. And they
Exactly.
know this. They know this. That's why they
Facts.
so hard to want to set everybody up. We don't need you talking. Because one thing about it, we keep on saying the truth will always prevail. You can only lie for so long.
That's a fact.
And at the end of the day, they making bad good and good bad. Plain and simple.
That's it. That 400 year, that 400 years of bondage that they claim we were supposed to be under, that shit was up in 2019. So now, with that being said, if they knew that it was up in 2019, what are they afraid of?
They know they about to get knocked off of their square. They've been ruling and holding that square for so long, so they know that time is coming.
Our people are coming into money now. So now
Yeah.
that our people are coming into money, they are making money less valuable than it was before.
Well, hell, as soon as they stopped backing it with gold, it wasn't worth shit in the first place.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And
Facts.
we've been in debt with how many other countries?
Too
We're
many.
supposed to be the richest country, but we in debt with then not only in debt with all these other countries, we trying to go bail out countries
Yeah.
Hmm.
You
when our
give you
country in debt with all the other countries.
Yeah, you going around giving out loans to people who done loaned you money. How the hell that work?
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
What type of nigga shit is that?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go to the rental center, but I'm gonna take the rental center stuff to the pawn shop and I'm gonna get a loan off of it. What kind of shit is
Oh,
that?
next
Yo,
time, yo.
like you crazy.
That was a good one right there.
That's
That
hey,
was
that's exactly what they doing though. You take your shit to the rental center and tell you I want to go take this and I'm gonna take it to the pawn shop. I'm gonna get a loan on top of that shit. Now you got to pay both of them back.
Facts.
What kind of shit is
Hmm.
that?
Facts.
oh shit.
I
Man,
mean, truth be told, you own the motherfucker buying a car, but then at the same time leasing the car.
Yeah.
but see, that's another thing I want to get. See, if I get into this shit, people are going to look because I'm gonna tell you what is one of another problem that we have. Our people aren't used to being told the truth. So when they hear the truth, they question the truth, but they believe the lie.
Exactly.
They've been lied to forever. Anytime you go to purchase anything, and these people run your social security number, that shit is already paid for before you even get it.
Yep.
If you get a car, a house, or anything that you get under your social security number, it goes against that bond that's in everybody with a social security name. Each and every person who has a social security card or social security number, look at the red letters, the red number and letter on the back of it. That is a goddamn bank, and it's in a fucking count number
Not
attached to
only, not only that, Big Vi, your birth certificate.
it. Yeah. All that. I'm gonna go back into the information, man. When you go get anytime they run your social and they say you approved for something, you already been paid it because they charging it your social. So they already paid you. So you paying yourself back. Pretty
Yep.
much. You pay yourself back because they already got paid for the car. But you paying yourself back unknowingly, and then guess what? When you can't make a payment, they come and repo the car. Now they done took your goddamn money already. Then they took the money you've been paying and tell you now they took the car too. So you done lost 3 times.
That's crazy.
Because your birth certificate and all that stuff is being used on the stock market.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
using it
That
in stock.
number, that number, that number that's on there. Yeah. Go look up the state of Delaware, and it's gonna tell you that the United States is a corporation.
It's a
Go,
corporation, big ass
go,
corporation.
go look on their website. It's gonna tell you.
I ain't got my social security card on me right now, but if I had it, I'll show y'all. But look on the back of that red letter in them numbers. It's that's the bank that it's tied to, and that's the account number that's attached to it. Each and every one of us. Well, that's why you have to reclaim your birthright, because when you have a child, you're supposed to publish an ad in the newspaper for 14 days announcing the birth of your child or your offspring. If you don't do that, in 7 days, after 7 days of being in the hospital, they automatically attach the social security number to their child. Once they attach that social security number to that child become a bond. If all of us, $100 million, $1 million trust in each and every one of us name that they use to put on the stock market, and they do trading all overseas.
Yep.
The shit that Don Russell did to R. Kelly when he tried to clean R. Kelly debt, that's what the fuck he was trying to do. Yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of people going around teaching. But the thing about this process of reclaiming your birthright, if you do one thing, it could possibly put you in prison, because they don't want you to do that. They don't want you to know that information, because once you know that information, then you can come from up under this corporation that we're living in. I keep telling people we have to stop identifying ourselves as black, because black means death.
Bingo.
No wonder why you don't have no rights, because you are dead. Anytime you associate yourself with being black on an application, you know what I do? Ugly.
Yep.
We have to start researching this. And if people aren't willing to do the research, man, go check out Dane Calloway.
Another smart brother.
Bunch of knowledge. Lots of knowledge. It's information out there. But the thing about it is, they not finna come and give it to us and say, well, this is what we owe you. You got to go and find this shit. Go ask about the 98 number. How many of y'all know about a 98 number?
Mm-hmm.
The 98 number is the number to your bond.
That's crazy.
And when you call down to the IRS to get your 98 number, guess what?
They gonna want to know what the hell you want it for.
They want to know what you want it for. You got to tell them you
Mm-hmm.
calling from a foreign country, so you need to get a foreign number, a phone, or call from a domestic phone location in order for them to even deal with you or do business with you. They don't want you to have information, man. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go. I gotta go through. I got some old phones. I'm gonna go through them phones and try to find, because one I found the guy had showed you the website to go on. You go on that website. You put in your social security number in that motherfucker, and your name gonna pop up, and he gonna show you so many the stock market with your social security, your name all over that, dealing with stocks and trade all over the goddamn world. No lie. No lie, man. But see, it goes back to, why do you think we're not inheriting generational wealth? It look like these people are study progress because they know this shit. We the ones who've been blind and rocked to sleep all this time.
Too many people still sleep in the baby crib, man.
What's up, But see, they go back and tell us, reclaim your birthright. But when you go to reclaim your birthright, you got to tell them that you're going to visit a non-hag country. Man, there's people out here teaching this shit, but guess what? They shadow banning it because they don't want you to know. The United States is a goddamn corporation. This ain't no damn country. Hey, when y'all get into it and start breaking it down, y'all gonna be like, damn. When you realize that these states ain't nothing but agencies, man.
Yep. That's why I tell people, I say, if you think about the United States, each state is actually its own country at the end of the day.
Right.
Because they had their own constitution. You know what I'm saying? And you still have to go through the federal government in order to get shit done. They can come in and say, no, we won't agree with that. Give you a perfect example. Why the hell would you need to approve daylight savings time at the end of the day?
Right. Now,
First of all,
God is the
you
creator.
fucking with the clocks ain't gonna change the natural science and order of things.
My point exactly, but it goes back to this though. It goes back to climate control, global warming.
Because even in the Bible, God said in the Old Testament that they was gonna try to control time. That's exactly what the fuck they're trying to do.
Why you think we went from AD to BC to where we at now?
From one calendar to the next. Matter
You see
of
what I'm
fact,
saying? So
we're
we
on the
was
wrong fucking calendar anyway.
How Moses lived 700 years. All these people. We were supposed to be living the same amount of years. So they cut 700 years down because back during, I think it was BC or AD, the way they counted time was every sunrise and every sunset was considered a day. So if that was the case, so we had 365 days in a year, so it'll be times 2.
Exactly.
These people, man, I'm telling you, and then you go back to climate control. When did they do that? That's during World War I against the Germans.
Yep.
They started experimenting climate control way back then, making it rain. They figured when they realized that they can make it rain and shit like that, they used that as a defense tactic against the Germans.
Sure did.
See, a lot of shit they don't expect people, us brothers, minorities, whatever, to be educated enough about some of this shit. When you seeing all these tornado outbreak, that shit is controlled, man. Every time they shoot shit up in the atmosphere, man, all them white clouds you be seeing, them chemicals that's shot up that put placing into the atmosphere, waiting on a reaction.
Chemtrails all day long. Man, for those of you in the chat, just go do your homework, do your research. You ain't gotta believe nothing Big Vi say. You ain't gotta believe nothing I say. Just go do your homework, and you'll be surprised. You've been lied to all your life.
These hurricanes, where you get these hurricanes from? They out there testing bombs in the goddamn ocean.
Yeah. And then they got a damn vaccine for every new damn germ element that come out. But how the hell you gonna have a vaccine for something that just came out and you got the name to it and you can tell what it's gonna do to you, but you ain't had no research done to something that just came out? How you gonna do that?
Only thing they got to combat cancer is radiation. At least that's what they
Yeah.
say.
And truth be told, the average vaccine takes 10 to 12 years to really study.
What I just told you the other day, Sir Miguel, I say I ain't gonna be surprised within the next 10 to 15 years, they're gonna be coming out talking about the side effects to everybody who took that fucking vaccine, just like they doing with Johnson & Johnson baby powder, just like they doing with goddamn formula, the milk, the formula that the babies was drinking back in the day. Now they got all type of lawsuits going around.
Yep.
That's why I refuse to take that shit.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna take it
here.
Yeah.
But see, but here's the funny part, gentlemen. Now that the pandemic has sort of subsided a little bit, somewhat, right? As they say, oh, now you don't have to verify that you've been vaccinated. Why? Because of herd immunity. Because a lot of people didn't take the shit.
Yeah.
And then you see now all of a sudden. So why was y'all rushing people to take the first shot, the booster shot, the second shot, the booster shot, to come out now saying that y'all got one shot that'll take place of all the other shots you didn't take?
Still in the experimental stage.
Motherfuckers doing medical experiments that come from a computer background, Microsoft. What the hell Bill Gates doing a vaccine?
As a matter of fact, I gotta find the damn thing, because this chick was talking about him, man. Even when it came to Microsoft, he didn't create that shit. He
stole that from his own boy.
Yeah, he was just buying patents and shit. That's all he do. If you look, I'm sorry, Dean, but if you look in his house, he has the periodic table in his fucking house. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck?
Got that
like, bro.
I used to fake like idolize, not really idolize, but I liked that man until I found out he stole it from his homeboys. I was like,
there you go right there. I know that, Malik. I'm telling you something. When I was working in Minnesota about 2 years ago, I used to deliver windows. So this one morning, I delivered windows to this guy house. He was a Caucasian guy. So this guy was a part of he called it mano chipping. It's when you could take a microchip, and he was a part of a team that take a microchip and turn it into a nano chip down to the smallest. He said they can create a chip so small that you can't even see it. That they can put it in a needle and put it in you, and you wouldn't even know it. Now that's crazy.
They damn sure put it in the movies to get your mind ready for it. So Who's to say they hadn't already done it with these vaccinations?
But see, they came out with it. The first thing they came out with, what's up, T Glean? They came out talking about. Remember when they first started coming out with talking about the tracking shit? They were talking about
Yep.
the people could put the tracker in their dogs.
Yeah.
Then they went from the dogs and said, okay, let's try it in the people now.
Right.
Hey, man, this shit crazy, bro. But it's so crazy. But you have to be willing to, you know, you have to be willing to want to know this stuff, man. And I'm gonna keep it real, bro. A lot of shit that I've learned in my 20s, and a lot of stuff that I've grown to learn in my 20s, man. I promise, it has really scared me, man. One time when I read the shit about, when I read about the, when I read about a lot of the shit as far as like the shit, what they've done to us, you know, what they've done to our identity, man, it made me, I felt bad, man, that I have kids that have to come up in this world, you know, it ain't designed for us, man.
Your mouth, little boy. I don't care. Watch your mouth in my house. Watch your mouth in my house. Hey.
Malik Soprano.
Hey, good evening.
What's going on?
Hey, I'm gonna make mine short and quick. Listen, we was talking about that same dog commercial that you mentioned earlier, but I want everybody to remember back if you can. I think Sir Miguel may remember because I think we talked about this before. In the early 2000s, all states changed their driver's license from that little like passport picture, and that was laminated, and they went like the computer printout with the barcode.
Yep.
Malik, you there?
Hello?
Yeah, we couldn't hear you.
Yeah. A lot of people were against changing their license over because they didn't want to put everything in one piece of apparel or apparatus or device. So what happened was, if you pay close attention, the government slowly but surely changed the demographic of a whole lot of things. Like when you talk about crime, if you can remember, we used to have a program called the Officer Friendly program. Remember, he would come out, and then remember the whole Scared Straight thing.
Yep.
Facts.
And then if you can remember, worldwide they came up with this campaign called "Us Killing Us Equals Genocide," because black on black crime had became real high. And then if you can remember, the suicide rate started to shoot up. And then what you had was, because they kept pushing the Bible, and the Bible says suicide was wrong, you started having a lot of people. If you can remember, the whole police shooting thing came about heavy when a lot of cops started shooting civilians until they did research like the civilian may rob a bank. And then what he would do is, to prevent from facing the consequence, he would have a shootout with the police. So the police could kill him. Now it's not suicide. Now it's death by suicide after you do the investigation and we go to your house, they look at all the letters or whatever you left back behind, Blue's Clues, i.e. So one of the things that God brought up earlier is, he was like, if you look at the dynamic of how things started to how they swung around, he said it's kind of crazy because if you don't pay close attention, you'll miss something. So I said, well, like, okay, I remember if you can remember, I know when I was in elementary school, so
Hello?
Sound like he's driving. He might be going through a bad spot or something.
Yo, Big Boy, you can hear me?
I can hear you,
Yeah,
King.
I can hear you.
All right. I was just making sure because I put my headphones back in, so I didn't want y'all to be speaking because my headphones be acting stupid sometimes. So I was just making sure that y'all can hear me. Yeah.
I got one more for us on here, man.
I don't know if y'all seen damn, I don't know if y'all seen. I'm gonna try to find a video. I just saw some shit earlier. That shit just made me like just feel bad. It was in the Bronx, where their case may be. You saw the two little kids, like where their case may be. They got into like a little fight inside the corner store. So the other kid, they was getting it on, and they started poking. The other kid started poking them up. So then the other kid who was poking son up ran out, and he ran to his car. So the other kid that was getting poked up, he had like a fanny pack on. He pulled a gun out of his fanny pack and started. As soon as he came out the deli, he started shooting at son. He ran up on son. He shot all through the nigga V. He missed. He grazed son. Yo, not for nothing. You saw the boys, police right there. Them motherfuckers tore that little nigga up. Like, wait, case maybe that was shooting at the other kid. That shit just made me feel so bad. Cause I'm like, yo, damn. Like, yo, they didn't, like, they seen the whole thing. It's not like they didn't watch. You got what I'm saying? It's not like they seen the whole situation. Son, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it should just, like, brought tears to my eyes. Cause it's like, yo, son was a baby. Like, it's like, yo, he was really poking son up. And then son, like, he just acted off his emotions. So he ran out the store, started shooting at the other son. And then when he case me the police, like you saw these two white cops, they were just sitting there watching the whole thing. Instead of like de-escalating it before it got too crazy, he let him shoot at the other kid, way case maybe, and then they killed him. And now I think they're trying to charge the other kid that was getting shot at in the car, trying to charge him with the body.
That's the type of shit they do, man. But that's the type of shit they do. It's
I'm
just
gonna try
like
to find this. I'm gonna try to find the link for y'all, and I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in the thing.
Email it to me. We're gonna go
Okay.
and listen at now. We all familiar with COINTELPRO, right?
Yeah.
Y'all familiar? You familiar with it, sir? I'm quite sure.
Yeah.
I'll drop this video.
Yeah.
All right, Lex.
Shit. Go read The Spook That Sat by the Door.
All right.
COINTELPRO, right? Counterintelligence program. Okay. FBI. Let's go down here. We're going to go to range of targets, but then look right here where it says the methods. Here's the methods that they use. Infiltration. Agents and informers did not merely spy on political activists. Their main purpose was to discredit. Look at this. Discredit, disrupt, and negatively redirect action. Their very presence served to undermine trust and scare off potential supporters. Y'all see it? Y'all see it right there? Look at this. Psychological warfare. Oh, man, we getting into it today now. Ooh, we getting into it today. Can y'all see it on the screen? I need y'all to confirm. Can y'all see it? Is it clear on the screen? I need y'all to let me know. Is it clear on the screen where y'all can see it? I'm showing you in real time. Look at this. Man, y'all ain't gonna believe this. Well, hold on. Let me zoom out. I need y'all to see this whole screen right here. All right, psychological warfare now. Look, the FBI and the police use dirty tricks to undermine movements. Watch this. They planted false media stories and published bogus leaflets and other publications in the name of targeted groups. Now, why are you sharing this, Brother Ben? Because this is very important to what's going on right now today. Have y'all seen that bogus headline? Now watch this. Let me go to my Instagram. Now, I didn't even know that they used the word bogus. God is my witness. I didn't even know they used the word bogus. But I used the word bogus with TMZ this week. They posted a bogus headline about Ye. Now, I didn't even know they used the word bogus. I just used it. Let me show y'all. That TMZ made up some bogus. I'm talking about bogus headline. Look at this. They put Kanye West, I only wish death on Jews who did me wrong. That's not what the brother said at all. That's not what the brother said at all. That ain't what he said. When he said DEF CON on Twitter, he put DEATA. That was a mistake of his.
What does DEF CON 3 mean?
It's like level of
this, like,
actually when it's DEF CON,
it's like nuclear war shit.
I spelled it wrong. I have a tendency to do that. But DEF CON is actually that you're preparing to protect yourself.
See that? See that? But no, they want to keep going off to the tweet where it says death when they know the brother just misspelled it wrong. They know he just spelled it wrong, but they gonna keep pushing it because they know we ain't gonna do the research. So let's go back to look. Those are we looking at the same tactics today that they was doing back then. This ain't nothing but a clear picture of what COINTELPRO would do. Look at this. So as y'all see, they planted false media stories and published bogus leaflets in other publications in the name of a targeted group. They forged correspondence, sent anonymous letters, and made anonymous phone calls. They spread, look at this. They spread misinformation about meetings and events, set up pseudo movement groups run by government agents, and manipulated or strong arm parents, employers, landlords, school officials, and others to cause trouble for activists. They use bad jacketed to create suspicion about targeted activists, sometimes with lethal consequences. Now, what does bad jacketing mean? Bad jacketing, we're going to get some lessons today. Bad jacketing is the practice of creating suspicion through the spreading of rumors, manufacturing of evidence, which allude to bona fide key organizational members as being either FBI police / informers or guilty of offenses such as scamming organization funds. Ooh, this should give us a clear picture of what we've been looking at lately. Here.
Right. And wow. Boy, it's so much shit coming uncovered. This could be the danger. It's so much coming uncovered. Now, spreading false narrative. Don't that sound familiar?
Yep.
Sounds familiar to me. I don't know, man. For the most part, just wanted to come on here tonight briefly because I ain't gave y'all. I gotta hold something for Friday. I got to hold a little something for Friday. You know, for the state of the culture. But LeBron James, I can never look at you the same. But you heard of the Bogue, right?
Say that one more time, bro.
The Bogue?
The bowl?
Yeah. What? You ain't heard of that society?
You mean the bowl or the boule?
The Boule, I mean.
Boule, yeah. Boule, yeah. No, I'm familiar with them. Very familiar with them.
So would this be the reason? Could this be the reason why we seen the attack on Michael Jackson and Bill Cosby and R. Kelly's and the different people? Could this be? Could this be? Let's go back to MLK. Could this be? Could it just be? Gatekeepers.
Could be.
Gatekeepers. Oh, they got these. These are some of the tops right here. You know, these are some of the tops.
Yeah, Stokely Carmichael talked about them a lot.
You think about it.
I know you heard about him, right?
Oh, do you see that?
Uh-huh.
Woo, boy! Friday, man. LeBron, I ain't holding back. You and your boy Rabbi. What about Stokely Carmichael?
You heard of him, right?
I heard that name before.
Check him out, bro. He talks about the boule, all that stuff. He died some years ago, but he's thorough. I think he's out of Chicago. He's thorough. Matter of fact, you can find some of his videos on YouTube.
Most definitely gonna go look him up tonight.
Look him up, and then General Seti, he's another good one. He's on YouTube too.
I'm writing it down right now. Cause man, Charles got the heels on and everything though, man.
Oh, that's Charles Barkley. I couldn't even tell who that is. I ain't got my damn glasses
Yeah. That's Charlene. That's Charlene in the middle. You got
Fucking hilarious.
Shaquanda on your left. And then you got LeBrunda on your right.
Fucking hilarious. I didn't seen it all.
Got to be more careful. Masculinity. Demasculate.
Yep. Trying to emasculate us, man.
Oh, I do got some more. I got some more. I think I got some more stuff for us. Cause I just and y'all please I'm gonna advise everybody who speak the English language. I'm gonna tell y'all to go look up the root of it. I'm gonna tell y'all to go and research the English language. Matter of fact, go and check out Dane Calloway breakdown definition of the English language. But what do we see here? Buck breaking. What have we been witnessing throughout the media? A form of buck breaking, but it's not in a physical way like it used to be on the slavery days.
Kind of like it is.
I mean, the first part of the definition, the alleged act of publicly punishing a male slave. So we just take the slave part out of there and put a male, human, or man. Or we can put Kyrie, or we can put Kanye. Ain't they being publicly punished?
Yep.
See, they can't do this shit that they used to do back in the day. Sexually assaulting or raping him in front of others. They can't do that no more. So now they humiliate you through the media. Call you ignorant. You don't know nothing. You lack, well, we know ignorant means lack of knowledge. And even the term ignorant is so ironic in this country to the point to where when you go in the courtroom, the sign that sits behind the judge says what?
I can't think right offhand. It's been so long since I've been in the courtroom.
Ignorance to the law is no excuse.
Exactly. There you go.
So they telling you that you need to, if you don't know, well, hey, we just gonna do what we want to do. The simple fact that you don't know, we just gonna do what we want to do. So when we hear people say, well, what about R. Kelly past? I mean, no matter, it don't, what about R. Kelly past? Why don't people bring up this? Why don't they talk about that? Oh, he was a victim of this. He was a victim of that. The people don't give a damn.
See, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Big Vi. And this is why I tell people, you don't have to be a lawyer or go to law school to understand the law. If you ever get in trouble, and one of the best ways to learn it or understand the definition of how they use stuff, because they use it, the judges and the lawyers use this same book, which is a Black Laws Dictionary. It'll help you understand the language that be used in court. So if you get in trouble and your lawyer's explaining something to you, and you kind of went through the book and you understand certain things, boom, you'll remember from what you read and then you'll understand it. But when you don't know the law, your lawyer explaining something to you, and you keep asking them the same because you kind of repeat it to help you understand it, because the way it's explained, he giving it to you from the court's point of view of what could happen. But if you get the definition of certain terms and certain words, it'll help you understand what the lawyer's trying to tell you.
Simple as that. We have to educate ourselves, and stop volunteering ourselves to these people. But like I say, when you call yourself black, you give them jurisdiction. When you identify yourself as black, you just gave these people jurisdiction to do whatever they want to do. They don't identify with death.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to disclose your ethnicity or whatever you choose to identify yourself by. You can always choose other.
Sure can.
But I was asking myself something today, though, Sir Miguel. And we got 45 people in the chat. I got a question for everybody that's in this chat room. I got a question for. I've been working since I was 16 years old. I've been working jobs since I was 16 years old. Want y'all to understand that? I've been working jobs since I was 16 years old. Now, I have never filled out an application when it asks you to identify your ethnicity, have yet to see Jewish on any application.
Huh.
that should tell you something. Ask yourself. That should raise a red flag. That should make you want to question shit. Because how is the hell Kyrie and Kanye West going through all the shit that they going through? Because the people over here in this country are mad because they spoke about, or Kanye West spoke about Jewish people, and Kyrie put out a repost about a documentary saying from Hebrew to Negro. But how is it that you've never seen an application in this country? I didn't work for several companies. I've worked for plenty of companies. Have yet to see one application for a job when you doing your I-9, your identification form that says, are you Native? Are you Native American, African, Black, African? Now that's another thing. Now this shit, now that we talking about it, it's questions, right? It say, are you Native American or are you Black / African American? So is that two different type of? That right there is two different type of Americans, right?
Very true.
That right there is they telling you the shit in plain sight. They telling you that they identifying the shit in plain sight. What the hell is Black African American?
Because truth be told, we should be checking Native Americans. God damn it.
You see what I'm saying? Right, Love Them Hills say none say white either. Exactly.
They Caucasian or
all these different groups on these I-9 forms, except for these particular groups. Why is that? Why is there such thing as Black African American like there's a such thing as or white African American? Or you just African American?
Because that's no different. If somebody come from Africa that's white, they gonna say African American.
You see what I'm saying? Now this shit is starting to my brain is starting to work. But you Netta B, you gotta tell your friend to stop saying black. Because all you gotta do is go in the dictionary and look up the word black. Dead at sea. Black means death.
And then on top of that, when did African American come into play? Who brought it into play? Goddamn Jesse Jackson. Then before that, it was Negro. Then before that, it was
we was the copper color.
Copper colored or mulatto, shit like that or whatever. All that shit.
Aboriginals. If you go back and look at, honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all some shit that fucked my head up. The first time I seen Aboriginal people, I said, oh my God. Aboriginal people, these people have the blue eyes. Eyes. The hazel brown eyes, the gray eyes, the blonde hair.
Matter of fact, Big Vi, I'm gonna tell you what fucked me up. When I saw the Mongolian people up in China, boy.
I said, did you see? I'm looking at these people that look like me, that has silk hair. green
go
eyes,
down,
blue eyes, red. I mean, I'm like, what the fuck?
bro. Go down in the Philippines. You can see they some of the most beautiful people that's on this planet, man. Look just like us. I'm going green eyes, blue eyes, or even just the slanted eyes and just dark and beautiful. I'm like, shit. Matter of fact, go down if you ever get a chance to go to Mexico, especially Mexico City, below Mexico City.
Uh-huh.
They have some of the most beautiful Afro Mexican people I ever seen in my life.
I want to see.
Boy, beautiful, man. Dark brown, chocolate. I mean, just god damn. We all over this planet, man.
For real, we everywhere, man. And if y'all ain't people that like to do like certain things, man, I'm telling y'all a brother that can help educate y'all on your history. Check out Dane Calloway.
hmm much love and respect to that brother, him and his
Shout out
wife,
to that
man.
brother Dane Calloway, man. For a brother that like him, this guy, I mean, he talked about the East Atlantic, from the East Atlantic slave trade to Fort Comfort, Virginia, Jamestown, all the way
hmm
back. I mean, he goes all the way back, and he do this shit in a format to where we can understand.
You
If
know what big vibe, man, will be nice, man. And I hope he hear this, man. If you can get him on your show, even if it ain't number for fucking 15 minutes. The brother's so thorough, man. I've been following this dude for about 5 or 6 years, man.
for a long,
He's he's so thorough, man. He brought back some shit that I learned. Like I say, a lot of the stuff I learned when I was in college, because I went to Fayetteville State University out near Fort Bragg in North Carolina.
T, T
And
Glenn,
huh?
I say T Glenn them mixed with some natives or something. He
Oh,
said
okay.
mama eyes are green, his mama eyes are blue, and his granddad eyes is green.
Well, shit, man. That's like my great grandmother, my grandfather's mother. I met her, I think it was 1970, 78, bro. And I knew she was mixed with something. And, bruh, her hair, it was all the way, she was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Her hair went all the way down to the past the wheel.
Wow.
They literally had to tie it up. And I looked at her, I said, she got to be Indian or something. If you look at my grandfather, he light skinned like me, but it's kind of like caramel too.
Mm-hmm.
Look like he Indian, straight up.
Now the B say her mama eyes are gray. And these are no contact shit. These are just natural eyes.
Yeah, man, I got a cousin who got
What
I
up,
don't know if
Dave?
them I don't know if her shit is hazel, and I got or something, but I got another cousin. His it boy, you yeah.
Lovely Hill say my eyes change color according to the moves. Man, look, I got cousins. I got people in my family on my mama's side that I got a cousin. His mom, he got a cousin by my grandma's sister has a son. And then my grandma brother has a son. Then my grandma got a granddaughter. All these motherfuckers have like these funny ass green eyes, like
Mm-hmm.
they didn't like they be. If you hit the glare the right way, they look red. Like
Yeah.
it's like what the hell? Like it's some scary shit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when they sleep, you gonna like
Yeah.
fuck these motherfuckers eyes red as hell. Like, but that's I don't know how it happened like that, but that's just how it is. But that goes back to that DNA makeup, man, and
Yep.
that what it's mixed with. But I like the brother Dane Calloway, man. He take us down through there, man. He talk about like even when he broke down like when they when the slavery was ending and then they indoctrinated the school system.
Mm-hmm.
People had these round table meetings and say, how can we control these people now that we can't keep them enslaved? How can we control them? without physically doing it. That's when they came up with the school system.
Yeah, Rockefeller and all them cats was the ones that
Yeah.
came up with the educational programs and shit for
Uh-huh.
school.
Then they say, well, okay, well, we got. Then I'm gonna tell you how they sat around and they studied our people. They came up with the school system. They said we're gonna take the child out of the house for 8 hours a day and put them in the classroom and teach them what we want them to know. Then once they leave school, we're gonna create the television to continually program the child. So by the end of the day, your child has spent a third of their day while they up being taught by these people what they want them to know. It's so, man, these people have researched us, they have studied us, they have, like, it's like a lab experiment, like everything about us, like they analyzed everything, and they always kept a step ahead of us.
Well, if you really think about it, bro, we taught them everything they know.
Right.
The only difference is we gave them way too much credit in understanding what we did, or basically we gave them too much information.
And then they did see, the thing about it is, another thing about that, our people didn't deal with banking and money, and pretty much credit. I ain't gonna say banking. Our people didn't know what credit was. So the first form of credit they came out was with when they was giving our farmers the seeds. Sharecropping. They came over here, they started trading. They started trading with these European people, trading food for seeds. And then after it went from there, after so long, these people realized that our people wasn't advanced enough. So they started trading the seeds for return crop. So the thing took place was, if the fields didn't harvest the crops that they were supposed to harvest, the sharecropper went in debt with the Europeans, with the foreigners. So if your land's supposed to be produced 100,000 crops, and just so happened it rained and you wasn't able to get your 100,000 crops, and say you got 75,000 crops, you 25,000 short. So guess what? When you go back to the seed, man, look, I only got 75,000. You know, I know I supposed to have 100,000, make it up on the back end. So you come back, they give you another 100, give you more seed. You promised to get them another 100,000. Guess what? But you already in the hole 25,000 from the last year. So they kept doing trades like that, which caused the shit to flip upside down. So they got so far upside down in the deal to where they was working on their own land for the European people. And from there, it never looked back. They told them they lost everything. Well, they lost the land first, then they lost the homes. Well, y'all can live. They built them little fucking outhouses. Y'all can live on the land as long as y'all work the field, work the fields. So how the fuck I go from owning my shit to now I'm in debt with you? Now that you own my house, now I'm living in my outhouse and I'm working the fields. EJ, what's up?
They just come in and take shit.
Man, we wasn't prepared for the slick games that these people came over here with.
Because if you think about it, and I tell people all the time, even before I start watching Dan Calloway, and I think about this: if we so-called came from Africa as slaves to here, the soil and the land is different. At the end of the day, how the hell we gonna know how to plant crops and shit based on where we come from if the soil is different?
Right.
The air is different. The weather is different. Right.
Right.
So we was talking about this in class one day, and the professor said, he said, I want you to think about something. He said, think about what you just said. He said, you know how they show the crops and stuff
Yep.
on Thanksgiving, and they show all the crops mixed up together.
Mm-hmm.
He said the Indians didn't do that. He said they did that. He said they separate the fruit because if you have all the crops put together, it's gonna kill
One
it.
kill the other.
You know what I'm saying? He said so right there. That should already tell you that we taught them how to plant, grow corn, and all this other kind of shit. You can't bring somebody from another country and help and have them plant something in a soil that they don't have no understanding of because of the weather conditions are different from where they came from.
But Dan Calloway even teaches us. We went to Jamestown, Virginia, and they got them monuments. Say the first ship arrived over here in the colonies.
It was only 12.
12 was it 12 or 20 and some odd Negroes?
Yeah.
This shit is engraved.
Hmm.
So where did the thousands come from?
Oh, that's just a narrative. Just like think about it, like you just said, when they had those pictures of the bottom of the ships, all the slaves stacked up on top of each other. You can't put that many people on a ship like that, especially during that time. And you can't cross the Atlantic River because the
current.
ocean, the current is counterclockwise, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? You got to go down and come up. You can't go across.
And that's what I'm telling people. Those fucking ships was self-propelled.
Exactly.
No engines.
Exactly. And it took them what, 3-4 months to get over. So you got to think about it, you got to think about your crew, the food and shit on there, and all that other kind of shit. Come on, man.
You supposedly had people in the bottom of this ship chained up.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I go back and I say, when you think about roots, now, I want you to follow me, big bro. When they came out with Roots, which is in 70, 77, 78, 79, maybe 77, you didn't hear about slavery in school, but you want us to believe that the slaves sat there and let somebody whip the shit out of them? Get the fuck out of here.
No. So that's
Okay?
what it was shooting them because they were fighting back.
Right. Number two, you start this narrative like they bowed down, but then you fast forward, you go backwards, then you just had the civil rights movement. So why did they put the shit on TV? See, and the reason why I'm saying is you get in an uproar about a post that Kyrie said from Hebrew to Negro.
Mm-hmm.
But then we go from being kings and queens to slaves.
Facts.
But nobody in an uproar about that shit. But you want me to believe that a person that's claiming they're a Jew, they're offended by what somebody posts, but you're not offended by the fact that my so-called people are supposed to be whipped in chains and all this other bullshit. You won't get offended about that, but then I'm supposed to remember the Holocaust, but you don't want me to remember about so-called slavery per se.
Right. Well, like Kyrie say, I feel so. I'm sorry for those 6 million people who was He said, "What about the 300 million that's buried on this the U.S. soil?"
Thank you.
I mean, it ain't no comparison what our people went through. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. Like, you can't make this an eye for an eye because it ain't. The world will never
Exactly.
to world will never balance out what they did to what our people have suffered from by being here, living this thing called life. That's why I continue to say, like, You know, when we look at what our people endured, like, man, you know, it was nothing but God, man. And even
Exactly.
our people couldn't read and couldn't understand, they still understood the spirit and the power of God. You know,
And and look, Big Vi, at the end of the day, they don't teach kids the history or the maps of where the Indians actually lived on Turtle Island, which is the United States. They don't show that. They don't teach
no,
that.
they don't teach you about Turtle Island.
And not only that, uh even when it comes to the Bible, it just didn't start. You got to go back and look at the Dead Sea Scrolls. You got to go back and look at, it was from Hebrew and how it got from Hebrew. The languages was written in from Hebrew to Aramaic and all this other kind of stuff. You don't teach none of that because, like you just put up, the etymology of a word.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Just like I have a concordance. It breaks down each word, whether it was in Latin, Greek, Hebrew, or whatever the case may be. When you go back to the original meaning of the word, that's where the power comes from. But if it gets diluted, then it changes to fit your narrative so you can oppress the people because you know they're not going to read. At the end of the day, they're not going to do their homework.
Hell no. And Dan Calloway told me today, it fucked my head up. He said that the English term, it's an English word that comes from that country. And he said he broke it down. The Eng is a form, like he translated it. It means to hang, and lish means like a lash, like lashed. So hang and lash, and they put it together and created an English word, English, that means
Because
to hang and lash.
because I think not only that, I think he also broke it down because of the way the Indians spoke. They didn't understand what the language was, so they kind of like said little different things to kind of pull things together or some shit. I can't remember the whole thing, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like why didn't they let us continue to learn Swahili?
Right.
If there was of course, I'm not 100% factual, but that was supposed to be our language.
Right.
But you can't tell us we not smart when you got motherfuckers like Rayford Edmonds able to learn Pig Latin.
Right.
Like when we hear all this, man, they talk about English, man. English is probably the most simplest, dumbest down, like it's a dummy down language.
Right.
I be fucked up hearing these little Hispanic kids speaking Spanish. I'm like, man, and we stuck here on this one bullshit.
Right.
Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm starting to question so much shit as the older I get. Like, if God is the author of the Bible, how the fuck did it get in the English form?
Because you take the cats from Great Britain and King James and all them cats. Like I say,
how did the characters that they speak about in the Bible have English names?
Well, if you look at it, you change it because you're trying to give it to the common man, but they're not. Most people not, like I say, most people not gonna go research how it really come from Hebrew to Greek to Latin and so forth and so on. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, man. But see, like people like I'm not gonna say other people may not do like we doing, but like for me, man, so much shit raised so many questions when the deeper I get into it, like because I'm really trying to understand this shit. Like if we was all this shit that we know was indoctrinated to us, then how did it get from the original form? Like, what was the original form? And see, when you go back to that docuseries that Kyrie reposted, it tells you that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's a reason why these people are so pissed off about the repost, whether he's saying something or not, because they know what's inside of that documentary.
Mm-hmm. Well, not only that, bro. Okay, was it the year before last when they showed you at the Smithsonian the slave Bible?
Mm-hmm.
They changed a lot of this shit to make the slaves think that the so-called slave master was superior to them. So when you change something and you put fear in people, they ain't gonna question shit because they're gonna believe everything you telling them to survive. But then those that read what you do, you killed them. Why? Because you knew they was reading the fucking truth, because they understood that, hey, this is about me. It may not be in my in the language that I understand it, but I know the history of where I come from.
Yeah.
Because it talks about the Euphrates River. It talks about Ethiopia. You know damn well that them people gonna revert back to the land they came from. That's why you didn't want them to read the shit. So you flip the script on them and say, "Oh, this is what you're supposed to be reading," but you was using it against them anyway to be subservient to you.
Oh, Lex, we can barely hear.
Oh no, I was just commenting in reference to what he was saying, and I was gonna say the bottom line is they don't want more than one person. If not, they don't want anybody doing the research and finding out what's going on, because if you do that, it's gonna grow like wildfire. Then they're not gonna have nobody to try to dominate or try to
Mm-hmm.
control for they empowerment or them to make money off of. That's what they worried about. They like, well, hell, if we get too many people knowing about this stuff, we won't be able to make money off of it. So they
Exactly.
worried about getting out their square, and they gonna get out their square. It's just a matter of time. But at this point in time, they don't want it to happen before they be up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not gonna work. But
He say, my granddad say it's the reason. He say they done lied to us and told us we got and it's sad that we still been saying it, and we still say this to this day. We saying rest in peace. He say they telling us that we gotta wait to die in
To
order
get our reward.
to get our reward, while they having their reward here on earth.
right.
The guy asked me about 2 weeks ago. He said, if Jesus, God, Jesus, he said it was in the sky, why would they come down? Why would he be trying to come down to the earth? If the ultimate goal was for us to get to heaven, why would Jesus want to come down here? He say, but the thing about it is they have confused us to having us thinking that, that Jesus is a man that they put on these windows at these churches.
Yeah.
When we understand the spirit, and the spirit can only live in a vessel,
Mm-hmm.
then you gonna understand that God is in each and every one of you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
In plain sight, and they know that. Why you think they oppress only us like that? Because they understood the power that was in us, and we could withstand that type of work. They can't go sit out in the sunlight, 100 fucking degrees all day and work it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Perfect example. If you go back to the Blade movies, every movie that Blade was in, they were trying to catch him and get his blood so they can try to go out in the daylight, live, and
Mm-hmm.
try to gain all that stuff that he had. They want his blood. They want to try to get his blood into them and all that stuff, and it didn't work. So
and what
they can't do the
and what
things we do.
things going on right now in this country that people don't talk about. And I'm gonna say allegedly before I say it. Organ harvesting.
Mm-hmm.
These people are trying to live longer.
Yeah.
In the way that the way that the world is moving is not designed that way.
Nah.
That's just like the fucking dinosaurs fell off, just became distinct. Everything has a end time.
They can get all the cloning and all the facelifts on it. They can do all that shit. Go.
See,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it is, man. We have to, we all are adults now. So I tell my son, I tell my kids all the time, I done lived my life, and I've done most of everything that I wanted to do in this world. I say, but my only job now is to educate you all and tell y'all how important it is for y'all to be able to read and identify yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's gonna be the key to your freedom. Don't be like, I wish I had somebody when I was my son age, 11, 12, 13, this type of stuff. I had to wait till I'm 20. I started really getting into this stuff when I was about 20, 25, maybe. When I first came across Dane Calloway.
Mm-hmm.
He go all down in Georgia, Alabama,
Mm-hmm.
trail. What they call the trail?
It's called
Damn, I can't forget it. But it's a lot of our ancestors buried in this trail, in this cemetery they have in this part of Georgia that he went. This brother invests his money into the research. He actually go out to these places and show you some of these grave sites that they have with our ancestors buried in. They growed up. You don't even know. You wouldn't even know it was a cemetery.
Mm-hmm. Because there was a place down in Alabama I went to one time. It's called Tannehill. It's a lot of trails, but it's on Indian land and shit. It's beautiful, man, but it's kind of scary at the same time because there's a lot of a lot of streams and springs and shit like that, right? But when you sit there at night, man, it look real creepy. But you can almost feel like the spirit of people that been there before. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And I'm talking about this thing goes from I think it starts from Alabama, it goes through Georgia, parts of Florida, and then like up towards like South Carolina and shit, almost like the Appalachian Mountains and shit.
Trail of Tears.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Trail of something. I just can't remember, but it's been a minute since I watched that particular video. But this brother put a lot of time and effort into the research, and also going to they got Mississippi Choctaw. I think he talked about them too.
He talked about them. He talked about the oh shit.
Man, he got so
what's the ones in Florida, the Seminoles and somebody else.
Man, it's been a minute, but I'm telling the people, if y'all don't, if you, I'm gonna type it. Let me see. I'm gonna try to see if get a link from him or get his name and put it in the chat. He also talked about why our people how we got fucked out of the deal with the reparations. Our own people fucked out of that deal.
Matter of fact, did you see the one he did on Harriet Tubman?
I think I did. I think I seen a little bit. It's been
Boy,
I watched a lot of them, but
that Harriet Tubman and Nat Turner, that shit is
that
deep,
time,
homie.
yeah.
That shit is deep. Shit is deep. As a matter of fact, he even talked about the Underground Railroad too. All that shit.
Oh yeah, he went in depth then. He went like that.
Yeah, he even has shit where he shows you that there was actual underground railroads at the time. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, the dude did some hell of a
Yeah. Like I said, him and his wife, man, shit.
They got books.
Thorough.
They got books
Yeah.
in the data.
Yep. Got shit on Amazon. Boy, it's thorough.
These damn Cenobites don't want nobody to know what's going on. I don't know why well, I know why, but they don't want us to educate the other people who don't know.
Exactly.
And that's what they're afraid of. How you gonna get mad at somebody for tweeting something that was on something that's public and something that you can buy online, but you mad because he's tweeting about it? I'm like, man, that don't even make no damn sense.
And you don't question Amazon for selling the shit.
I ain't saying shit. Oh boy, up in space right now. I guess they waiting on the.
You know what I'm saying? And just like Big Vibe put up earlier with the dude, them Jeff Jeffries. He said this wasn't no anti-Semitic, and I'm like saying to myself, I read the shit, I knew it wasn't nothing, but they just start throwing that shit out there like that.
Right.
It really had nothing to do with really what Kyrie posted. It's really about him. Exactly.
Yeah. Anytime you with power, that's when they try to start rearing their head. Like, nah, we're gonna have to be quiet for a minute because he just gaining too much influence and he got the followers. So you already know they're gonna follow what he say, and they can't have that.
45 million dollars.
Absolutely not so.
Man, them people speak about this shit.
And
step out and it's crazy because we know TNT Network and ESPN all them stuff up there. They ain't gonna talk behind you and talk down on you.
But like I say earlier, because those producers and executives, the people that write the scripts for the day, it ain't no black people. Ain't no black people in there writing no scripts. They not writing a daily production for the news for that day.
Keep that paymaster happy. You can sit in his house and drink out his cups and everything. Keep them happy. You good. When you step out of line.
Tell them about the gun line, boss. We don't do no gun line.
You know what I'm saying?
They have their ugly stuff with known about these celebrities and athletes. At a time like this, you don't stand up for for what's right, but what about your brothers? You ride on right along with that. You gonna pile on Then they just sit back and watch you do all the work. You want to talk about now? I don't talk about that.
Exactly, T.
That's why I don't have diarrhea in my house when it's time to attack your own. It's time to have diarrhea to my house when it's time to talk the truth and bring it out. That's when you need to attack and have diarrhea to my house.
Exactly.
Man, it just seems as though, for the most part, it just seems like, you know, when it comes to our people, man, they have conquered the divide and conquer phase. You know, they have succeeded in that, and it's sad, but like John Sally say, you know, they want to keep this narrative on Kyrie and Kanye. But I was telling people last week, I say, shit, motherfucking China then shot 2 missiles over this way. That's been intercepted, but them motherfuckers been trying.
That's the whole distraction part, because they don't want people to focus on other shit. And then think about it. The election is tomorrow, right? People got to go out and vote, right? Or whatever the case may be. Me personally, I'm holding my vote for these 2 years right here. Because all the shit I've been reading, nah.
They want me to vote. I'm gonna do a TikTok. My vote, shit. I need $1 million for my vote. I need $1 million.
Like before, I've been getting.
Breaking up. You breaking up. I don't know, you on an earpiece or what, but it's like it going in and out. You hear that, sir?
Yeah, I hear it. Breaking up a little bit.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I told my wife I've been getting text messages to my phone. I've been getting stuff in the mail and phone calls and voice messages. I'm like, man, I'm not finna vote for y'all, because I sit there and look at y'all bash each other on TV every day, every commercial. Oh, Greg Abbott, he for this, and Beto, he for that. And I'm like, what's the use of voting when? Yeah.
You gonna either get fucked with Vaseline or you gonna get fucked without Vaseline. I mean,
I say it don't even make no logical sense to sit there and put you back in office, because the same thing you said you was gonna do, you didn't have 8 years to do it, and you ain't done it yet.
What happened? Let the whole power grid collapse.
Yeah.
They did shit out here. That was right before I came out here, man.
Man, that sucker passed the lie he passed the lie on down to the next person. Then they passed it down to the next person. You got ERCOT, then you had the other cats, then you had you, then you want to put it on somebody else. That whole lie just been going around.
Yeah, in the freezing cold with no motherfucking heat.
Yeah.
Plumbing, all the pipes and busting down there, everybody's house, all type of shit going on.
Then you talk about we ready this year. All of a sudden you ready this year, but when it happened, oh well, we're gonna have to do some rollouts, but we're gonna have to cut the power off. For what for? You supposed to be ready.
But they gonna have ice or something. And then let me remind people about the election tomorrow.
To vote by October 11th. We got to have the same energy, if not more energy, that we had for presidential elections during this midterm election, because history right here. I'm talking. Slavery is still legal in America, and it's on the November ballot in 5 states: Louisiana, Alabama, Tennessee, and Oregon. Yeah, you read that correctly. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked. Slavery is on the ballot for 5 different states. And just to clarify, so I know what I'm talking about, on November 8th, voters in Alabama, Louisiana, Oregon, Tennessee, and Vermont will decide whether to remove this punishment exception for involuntary servitude from their state constitution. And for y'all that don't know, the 13th Amendment reads, the United States federal government shall prohibit slavery except for punishment and conviction of crime. It is not ironic that the descendants of slaves are most likely to find themselves convicted in a punishment of crime. If you live in Alabama, man, make sure you get registered to vote by October 24th. If you live in Louisiana, make sure you register to vote by October 11th. If you live in Oregon, make sure you register to vote by October 18th. If you live in Tennessee, make sure you register to vote by October 11th. You got to have the same energy, if not more energy, that we have for presidential elections during this midterm election, because history right here, I'm talking.
So you live in one of those states, you might want to have a protest bulletin or something, letting people understand what's going on. Slavery's still on the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them don't even know it, and that's sad how you had those officials out there in those states like that. They're not even informing the people of what's going on. They want your vote, and they're not telling you, look, hey, this right here could hinder what's going on in your future, your kids' future, and that's just sad. Sad.
And people just, I mean, at some point, you're going to have to wake up and start caring about something.
Yeah. They got that self mentality. It's all about self, and you say you want to do this thing, you really want to help somebody, but at the same time, you don't give a damn about helping nobody. It's all about you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, inform some people and let them know what's going on. Don't sit there and withhold all that information that you got stored up. I saw, I don't know who posted that. Was it? I don't know if it was. Could have been Dana. He posted something about old girl out there in Atlanta. What's old girl name? Can't think of the chick name.
About that prosecutor? I mean, state's attorney?
Yeah. Was that you or Dana?
I know I had said yesterday or the other day that now I had said she had said that she was being threatened one time. Now,
yeah,
Young Thug attorneys is pushing to have the case dropped because they got illegally obtained information.
Yeah, like they always do.
Oh, you talking about the Attorney General for the city of Atlanta?
For Atlanta, yep.
What's her name? I can't think of that woman's name. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they always doing something corrupt and crooked. They don't have the nerve to try to scold you and hire you on some stuff that they think you done, and they doing the same very thing that they say you done.
Just like in the R. Kelly case, they used the law to break the law to bring a case on me.
Because only the law can break the law, and it still
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it goes back to what I was saying earlier about the different states. Now, on the state level, it's a misdemeanor, but you can bring it to the federal level and make it a felony.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That is a federal crime in Mississippi.
Hey, I know that post I had sent you. Was it yesterday? I think I sent it on your community wall. It was about that Law and Order episode.
Yeah.
I know you hadn't had a chance to watch it just yet because I know you've been busy, but I just wanted to give you a little synopsis of it. It was a case where this dude, he was real rich. He was messing with this little old, I think she was like 14, 13-year-old allegedly. And tell me why they all went to trial. He got to trial and everything. Tell me why the judge ended up being involved. They all on the man yacht and everything. So when it was time, the prosecutors and everything to try to prosecute it, they wasn't able to prosecute it. The judge was involved. The prosecutors on this boat. the dude, I think it's the dude, his wife was on the boat and everything. And when I looked at that episode, it made me think about this whole R. Kelly case in the sense that you had the daddy of the girl, he done kidnapped the damn police officer. I said, damn, this shit is crazy. And the thing that shocked me was about the judge. You supposed to be sitting here overseeing the case and you involved in the damn case. You up here doing the same thing. So they gave him an ultimatum. We're going to put you on blast too. So when I saw that whole thing, I started thinking about how corrupt the government is. It was pitiful, man. It was pitiful.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, if y'all ever get a chance to see it, man, you'll know what I'm talking about. I mean, I sit there. It's a part one and a part two.
You know, it made me think about Lex a few minutes ago.
What's
You
that?
ever watch the series 61st Street with Courtney Vance?
No, I hadn't even heard of it, man. Wait a minute, I did hear about it. I just ain't watched it, but I heard about that.
Yeah, peep that because they got renewed for a second season.
Yeah,
Based on some of the stuff we talking about, showing you like the corruption in Chicago with the
yeah.
police department and shit like that. I watched that. I binge watched the whole thing, dude. That shit is, man, it's dope. You need to check it out.
61st Street.
Yes, sir.
But
I
it
think
go what you call said too.
Who was that?
The movie Ricochet, man, how they did Denzel in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Oh yeah.
It is so crazy how they were doing Denzel like they're doing Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
You know, dismissing them, calling them crazy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. They arrested a federal judge in Texas for sex trafficking. Wow, damn, I live out here in Texas and I ain't heard them.
Oh, they're gonna keep that on the low.
Yeah, they always do.
I was tripping when they tried to arrest the young lady in what was it, an hour for killing the dude who had caught her and put her in a sex trafficking ring.
Bro,
Yeah.
she just escaped her probation facility today.
Damn.
That's crazy, man.
And I'm
Man,
sitting there like,
locked up, man.
huh?
She shouldn't even be locked up.
Exactly. But see, the fucked up part about it is they agreed to, do whatever they need to do. But the fucked up part about it, she got to pay restitution to the fucking family.
Put it to
And
the
now,
motherfucker who
and
kidnapped.
yeah, but now she didn't escape the probation facility. So they probably gonna end up relocking her ass back up. They're gonna provoke her probation. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but
damn, girl.
she can play insanity though. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, she can. She definitely can. Cause she never did get no what they call it.
And rape and
Yeah.
beat.
Yeah. She never did get no counseling for her little episode that she went through, but they want to try to say, well, give her counseling. Give them. They need counseling. Okay, well, she never did get counseling. All she got was, I got to pay this money because I killed this sucker who done harmed me and other people.
But see, I got guarantee that black judge who sentenced her from the jump, because he didn't even want to give her the probation and shit either. Guarantee he gonna lock her ass back up for an extended period of time.
Yeah, you gonna go harder than paint.
Cause he didn't even want her to have probation or none of that shit.
Yeah, he don't see her as one of his own.
Is that as they say, Love Live Here said the court scene in the movie Till with Carolyn Bryant seems Me Too and R. Kelly liars. Wow. But man, I'm gonna tell you, man. I came across this brother platform a while back. Chaotic Truth, man.
Yeah, it's Chaotic Truth. It sounds familiar.
And this dude, he's not from this country, but he lives here. He's an African, but he's over here.
You're on YouTube, right?
On YouTube. I heard the man yesterday say, Emmett Till never happened. I went unsubscribe, block.
He said immaterial. And he said immaterial never happened.
Exactly. You can probably look his page up right now. I think he had it in the title. A black man, African.
Well, like my grandma used to tell me back in the day.
Say it was Trail of Tears. That's the cemetery that Dane Calloway was visiting in Georgia. To Trail of Tears. All those slaves buried, and they got little rocks for headstone.
Yeah, and that goes without saying. I mean, what about the ones that was the babies that was being fed to alligators and whatnot?
Oh yeah, for real.
They don't talk about that stuff, and they don't want that CRT to get out in schools because you sure gonna have a whole lot of uprising. Then kids gonna want to know, well, why were y'all doing this to these people like that? And y'all say y'all supposed to be the land of free and all that stuff, and you up here doing people like that. So they can miss me with all of them.
Yeah. Well, shit, man. We've been on here about 3 hours, man. We finna wrap it up.
All right.
I know I'm at work, but man, I had to come on here and chop it up with y'all and let y'all see. And we always gonna shout out to the real that's speaking. Shout out to Kenny Smith. Shout out to Floyd Mayweather. Shout out to John Sally.
Cole Beasley.
Yep. Cole.
Shout out to Jason Whitlock. Shout out to Jason Williams. Did y'all see they made your boy apologize like he was about to cry?
Who, Jalen Rose?
Jalen Rose.
Mm-hmm.
They made Jalen Rose apologize, and he was about to cry. He looked so uncomfortable.
I thought he'd be one of the ones that gonna stand firm.
He was standing firm, talking about that Celtics basketball coach situation.
Yeah, you know why that is too, though. Especially since his sister tried to put him on blast about the house and shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, watch and see. They try to go after him because of that shit, even before this shit happened. So you think about it. They don't really care for Jalen Rose.
No,
because they know he'll speak his mind, but at the same time they'll put him in a corner too.
Yeah.
Man, this picture right here say a lot, man. I got this picture and I was just looking at some shit. I'm gonna put it on this stream, but man, this picture just was a lot to me. It's a lot going on in this picture.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A lot going on, man. It's deep.
I got a picture that I posted on Facebook today. It had LeBron. I don't know if y'all probably seen it. I don't know, but it got a picture of LeBron,
LaQuanda, Charlene,
the cornbread. Yeah. I got a picture with him and like 4 other NBA players. I think I saw KD on there, and probably 2 more, and it had Kyrie standing behind him,
hanging from the basketball goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I posted that sucker on my Facebook page. Them sucker had locked me out. I say the truth sure hurt, don't it? Yeah, they locked me out on my Facebook page.
I took this one during the George Floyd thing up in Minnesota.
But you know what's funny about all of this? Now Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, now they can have YouTube, they can have all this other negative shit that Caucasians speak on or say. Won't cut them off
Right.
But let somebody repost or put something up that speak truth or some power shit, they gonna block you or say it goes against community guidelines. Really?
Somebody fuck you on Facebook, they block me for fucking 30-some days. 30
You
days.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They
And
let
I
somebody
came right off
somebody be
my
on
block and came right off my block and said, Mark, fuck you too. Bitch, bad. Take my whole pay, ho.
there. Yeah. Motherfucker. Except that let somebody get beat up, slapped, shot, stabbed.
How many people we done seen killed on Facebook Live?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They'll keep that shit up there.
It'll never come down.
And that just goes to show you the people that's sitting behind the scenes don't know shit, don't understand shit, and they think they do, but they just want to say, oh, blah, blah, blah. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. They had a somebody posted I don't know if it was a skit or what, but it was a dude and a chicken, damn, maybe it was a McDonald's or Burger King, and she was just berating the guy. And the guy was, he was trying to hold back from hitting her. And she was short, and he was a tall guy. I guess he had bought her some McDonald's. She just knocked it all in his face and talked bad to him in front of everybody. He just walked out. I'm like, man, and a light like that, you would let something like that be shown on here without all the teaching stuff to be a post, any kind of thing that's gonna uplift somebody, y'all want to ban that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about.
Just
Yeah,
like
they
I
don't want.
said, my homeboy told me some years ago when I was doing an intern with NBC. He said, man, the good stuff costs too much to put out. That's why they put all the bad stuff out, because it's cheap and they're gonna get everybody's attention in that
Yeah,
short length of time.
yeah, it makes sense. It'll travel faster too.
Exactly. Shit, I remember when shit at 12 o'clock the TV used to go blank.
Yeah,
Now,
you ain't lying.
shit.
All night long.
24/7 now.
All night long, like what's his name? Lionel Richie. All night
Yeah.
long.
You know what I'm saying? You couldn't watch shit after 12 o'clock. TV be so fuzzy.
Yeah, we thinking about shit. Back then in the day, boy, when we were kids, we try to have a game called Who Gonna Stay Up the Longest, whoever go to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. When that TV go off, everybody knocked out. Everybody done
Yep.
lost the game. Dang
Yeah.
poltergeist can come get your ass.
Mm-hmm. They used to literally cut that motherfucker off. You have to literally just turn the TV off till the next morning when that shit clear back up. Because they didn't want you to watch anything else after 12.
Hell no.
Now they just put any motherfucking thing on TV.
And that's the thing I was talking about the other day about that about how they got it so wide open now. They'll promote a medication, and then all of a sudden you see two men kissing. I'm like, damn man,
Exactly.
y'all got kids watching this shit, man. This is in the daytime. Kids at home
Exactly.
from school, you got kids watching this shit, and you promoting the medication, which I mean, they don't know nothing about the medication, but all of a sudden you see the man walk over and kiss the man. I say, damn, y'all promoting medication and y'all promoting this too?
Exactly.
Damn.
Exactly. And they already know kids' minds are impressionable anyway, so that's why they do the shit.
Yep. Bad enough we got kids at what 10 years old, 10, 12 years old, they get to make a decision on they want to get their little privates cut off and added to and pressed on and attached
Right.
on and all that. And then they ain't gotta tell their parents about it. So they
Exactly.
get more rights than anybody else.
Yeah, the kid and you only what 14 years old now. You ain't even gotta have your parents. Don't even have to go in the fucking doctor's office room with you and none of that shit. I'm going, what the hell is this?
Yeah. So if you can make a decision on that, getting you some extra parts on your body, but you can't have sex with an older person.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit crazy.
Or somebody close to your age range, or this, that, and the third, or some shit. But
Yeah.
yet, each state got, oh, you can be 16 here, you can be 17 here, you can be 18 over here, you can be 15 over here. Really?
Yeah.
Age range varies from state to state.
Yeah.
And then now think about this. The very same motherfuckers who say that, these are the very same motherfuckers who created the law. So that should tell you how they think.
Yep.
Love Little Hillside. I'm still trying to see what a Rich Cracker got to do with a man kiss.
Shit, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Watch the video. Watch the video I got. Y'all motherfuckers for the laugh. Y'all for the laugh. Y'all know y'all for the laugh. Y'all know I'm a damn fool.
Call it right. 5 is the point. 5? 9, man. Excuse me, I got something in my eye. Get it the fuck out your eye, you blind motherfucker. Roll the dice. I ain't gonna beat too many more motherfuckers, yeah? All right.
I bet they probably laughing like hell, boy.
I ain't fucking with you, Big Boy. I can't with you, man.
Yeah, I know Levi talking about what's his favorite line? His little favorite line he always sent. Hold on. Hold on, nephew. Hold on.
Hold on, nephew.
That nigga, he up there shaking the dice, talking about, hold on.
Come on, shoot, motherfucker. The motherfucker copyrighted my shit earlier, boy.
I know they did, boy. Them suckers always they always fucking with shit.
Yeah, they got me, man. They got me good. I think we'll see what this one is. I did a couple of them.
Damn group. Nobody's bigger than the group. Y'all ain't stupid. I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me. They coming to see the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You wish you could work it the way I do. But you can't. Because there is only one David Ruffin. And without him, the Temps ain't nothing but a group in search of a David Ruffin. Matter of fact,
yeah, damn, man. Y'all know I had another. I ain't put that one on here. Yeah, they copyrighted that one with
Yeah, them suckers, they pick and choose on what they want to do and when they want to do it.
Yeah, my videos the videos they got crazy numbers. Shit, they copyright them ones, but like I said, I don't care because they copyright the shit. I mean, man, I got a job. I work a job, so they can copyright this motherfucker again tonight. Shit, help me.
Yo, I heard you had some more security guards around here that's been harassing my grandmother and thing.
Yeah, I got 2 new guys, Clyde and Dodo. You remember what we did to the last security guards, don't you?
Yes, I do, buddy. Well, when you see them, you tell them we said this. Somebody help me! Help me, please! Nobody could help me,
Oh shit!
Yeah, man. Was that old Don? That was old Don the Con running like that?
Don was gone. Help me, please! goddamn Atmos and goddamn Atmos and Larry on top of the roof. Oh shit. Well, I got some more, boy. I got some. I just ain't gonna be messy though, boy. I put some people on them motherfuckers.
Yeah, man.
Man, but I enjoyed you fellas, man, for the most part, man, tonight. I mean, like always, man, a good conversation, informative conversation. We dropped some jewels tonight. For everybody that's still here, man, if y'all wanna get brushed up on information, I'm telling y'all, when y'all go to this guy channel, y'all will get stuck over there. It's gonna seem like you're in the Twilight Zone. Go check out Dane Calloway. When you get over there, check out Dane Calloway. When you leave a comment and say Big Vi opinion at Big Vi. Cause we know you got handles now on YouTube. At Big Vi opinion sent me here.
Yeah.
So maybe we can get Dane Calloway, check us out over here, come over here and give us a little game or something, man. But the brother got so much history on this channel, man. It's ridiculous. I mean, so much history, so much.
Yep, nuts, man.
Yeah, he got the hardware. He don't mind sharing with everybody. So yeah, that'd be a good thing.
He got it all, man. Dude, he got so much. Man, I remember because I used to drive trucks at night. I remember I used to be up, like, there would be, like, I go to his videos. He had some videos 2-3 hour long. And shit, just press play and ride.
Yep.
And then, what made it all make sense to me, because I'm listening to, I listen to Farrakhan too, so I'm listening to some of the stuff that Farrakhan got a video. Hopefully it may be still on YouTube, but he explained the flag, the symbolism.
Some of the American flag or the okay.
He tell how they stole it and changed it from the original flag, what it was supposed to be. And he breaks it down, and it goes, and like that's how I end up. I'll be like, damn, I go from Farrakhan, and I go over here and listen to, some I listen to both, but at the same time, like depending on what Farrakhan talking about, shit, Dane Calloway probably got a video, more than likely he got a video over there talking about some of the same shit.
Yep.
So boom, I go there and I'm listening to it, like, but Dane Calloway, he more like he break it down. He break it down so clean and precise with it, like for the average person to understand. It ain't hard, man. But like I hope, if the Lord's willing, I want to go to Jamestown, Virginia, and I want to go to Fort Comfort, Virginia, because I want to go visit those statues, man. That got all this it got nothing but history on them.
Yeah. I visited a couple of them years ago when I was up in Virginia. But I do want to go back because I got family up there in Richmond. But yeah, I definitely do want to go back, man, and check all that stuff out myself too. Yeah, it's thorough. And a matter of fact, if you want some more information, man, go to Nation of Islam website. They got a lot of books, man, a lot of stuff that they have, like scientists and researchers and shit sort of talking about the same thing, but they science part is pretty dope too.
That's what we gotta do, man. And what I think I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna start hashtagging like Dane Calloway and other good outlets, and start hashtagging them in the titles of the videos, because you ought to be able to go and check out some of these videos. And man, I'm telling you, man, this shit opens eyes to the point to where,
And matter of fact, Big Boss, shout out to brother Ben X too, man, because I follow him too, man. That what you put up on, that COINTELPRO stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, man. And that's a young dude.
Yep. Solid brother, man. He brings out very damn good information. Thorough with his shit, man. And him and brother Rizza Islam as well too.
I like Rizza. Unc say he want to see that old he want to see that Bonjean walk through the door before we get up out of here.
Let me Bonjean walk through the door. I missed that one.
Yeah, well, no. Nah, you seen this?
That yeah. You're right. Yeah, she gonna. Now that woman right there, Bonjean.
Bo Brindley put in that work, man. Shout out to my sister Prima Donna.
Another solid queen, man. Just thorough.
Man,
but,
AKA Prima Palladino.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with this case for be getting dropped to Chicago or something?
That's all bullshit, man. That's what
bro. I'm a big vibe. At first I was like, huh, but now I'm sitting there saying to myself, that could be some shit that old girl putting up, basically
crying out for help.
Yeah, and it could be a situation they may come out, but see, they would be dumb to do that in the first place because you rehashing the same fucking case, and if that child get on the stand, and whoever doing the fucking case, all they got to do is bring up all the shit she said that's different from compared to what she told the prosecutor. She gonna contradict herself, and at the end of the day, to this day, I don't think she ever slept with R. Kelly, because from what I understood, he said in New York he didn't even know who she was.
No,
damn,
she lied.
And then on top of that, the settlement you got, you give $4,000 to old boy who you was really messing with. Get the fuck out of here.
Clear extortion.
And you up here taking pictures and all around him at the shit. I'm like, damn, you had to be planting a seed here to be all around him like that. He looking at you like, who the hell is this little sucker?
Exactly. And then you got a fake ID to get into the fucking courtroom. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm. They ain't holding nobody accountable for that.
Man, y'all won't believe it. So many people be commenting on that. I post some of the stuff that we talk about the case. I posted on one of my groups in my Facebook, and you'll have somebody comment. Some people get it. Some people understand what's going on, or they know kind of about the case. But then you're gonna have those few that's gonna say, he this, he that. I'm like, man, look. All I'm doing is giving you the information. You can research the information yourself. You ain't got to believe what I'm saying. Or you just one of those persons who you hate yourself, or you hate that somebody did something to you, and you want to be mad at this man because he's the poster child for what you going through or what you done went through, instead of you going after the other person.
I gotta find old boy. I gotta get up with old boy because Midas had hit me up and like, man, Big Vi, I wanna if you can reach back out to the dude that was on here that night, that's that went through his situation. Midas like, man, I want to apologize because it been on my heart.
Oh, you talking about that dude with his wife and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out how I can catch up with him, because we aren't no insensitive people, man. And
right.
Like that night the guy was on here, I can't tell a person what happened to them or what didn't happen, but the simple fact that he was different than most people that's against R. Kelly, he was willing to listen to some of the information.
Yeah.
At one point, it seemed like shit, he was questioning shit now. It seemed like he got to the point to start questioning shit. I ain't see that. I ain't never saw that. They never, and he started saying, well, them girls don't do this or they can't remember that. Something ain't right about that. He had started leaning. We had got him leaning, and then he started reading the damn comments.
Yeah, he was. He was definitely gravitating toward the conversation within itself. So I mean, sometimes you gotta hear that person out when you feed that information to them because we all are curious about the information anyway when we read or what we hear. So we all gonna be curious about it, but it shouldn't be it shouldn't be a time to where someone say something wrong and then throw them off, and then they get back to where you don't want them to be. You want them to try to retain the information and learn from it. You don't want them to start listening to it, and all of a sudden, "Hey, I don't believe what they saying no way." Then you back at square one again. So
Yeah, man, but that's what it's about over here, though. I know my boy Lex hit me up saying, Lex, I got something. Lex, I got something for the state of the culture. So I know Friday is going down.
oh yeah.
Sir Miguel say he gonna be there Friday. I know J Rock probably gonna be in there Friday. So the state of the culture is I really like the way that it's going. Like Prima, man, she been hitting me with info. She been helping me out a lot, with information and things like that. Hopefully we can get Dana J. Levi and just a real strong, but hopefully we can get some females up as well, man. I'll be encouraging the women to come on the panel, man, because this platform is for y'all too. Not just
Yeah.
us brothers. Y'all women be in the chat. Y'all be having a lot of knowledgeable information as well. So, it's good to have the diversity up here. And that's what we want this channel to be about. Everybody being able to voice their opinion. Like I said yesterday, man, I had to take my hat off to you guys again yesterday, because we had about 4 different views of certain things, but at the same time, everybody was able to speak and articulate what they were trying to say in a respectful way that, everybody left with respect for one another, even though we heard different things. So, man, yesterday it was real epic, real dope to me. I really liked that because sometimes you don't be wanting the panels to get out of control where this person can't talk, that person can't talk, but you guys handle that in a good manner, way better than I expected to. Way better than I thought it was gonna go. Cause when I see
Right.
my boy the Devil's Advocate come on there, I'd be like, man, this shit finna go left. But he came in a whole different spirit yesterday. So shout out to Malik, man. You know,
Yeah.
And that's what it's about, man. Being able to listen to someone else's point of view, whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it. Respect is something that we don't have to buy. You just give it. If somebody respect you, you respect them. Simple as that.
Right.
Okay, so shit. With that being said, y'all already know what we do when we get up out here, man. We gonna talk about 5 ways of living a happier life because we all want to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Let me hold on. Now y'all go J Rock, Sir Miguel, then Lex, then I'm gonna do number 3 because Lex don't never be able to see number 3.
I can see it now because every time I do it, it's always a damn light. I have my light. My lights be off at the house, so I'm in the dark right now. But hey, I know what it is now.
Sir, hey, Lex say, man, I can't never see that one in that corner over there. I say, man.
Yeah. Hey, that's my wife. Hey, what that shit? I can't see that shit.
Hey man, I already know. I'm already knowing, man. I'm already knowing how that shit be on them. I hate being on my phone because they'll be like, damn, man, if I have it too close, that shit start fucking with my eyes. I have it too far back, it start so a lot of time when I'm looking at these pictures, I go get my other phone and I'm looking at it on my phone because it's way small on my phone.
Yeah, man.
But we already know, man, 5 rules to living a happier life. Rule number 1, love yourself.
We gonna do number 2?
Yeah.
Do good.
All right, number 3, harm no one.
Number 4, be positive. And number 5, we can do it all together, man. Always forgive.
Always forgive.
Always forgive.
Until next time, you brothers, man, I love y'all. Y'all be blessed.
Love you too, bro.
Guess what? The
All right,
world is, man. We all got
likewise.
here.
Les, have a good one, bro.
All right, I see you Friday, man.
Oh
Everything
yeah,
got
now Friday. Everybody in the chat. Now everybody in the chat. I think I'm gonna come back Wednesday with everybody in the chat. We doing adult talk now. Adult talk. Accountability is gonna be the topic. So we gonna probably do the adult talk Wednesday.
Oh, I might have to slide in on that one then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, adult talk segment, man. Adult talk. Accountability. Now, if you go on my page, I have the playlist together now. I got the adult talk playlist. We talked about, I think the first one we did was communication. The second one we did was being evenly yoked. The third one we did was love languages. Now the fourth one was gonna be accountability. If y'all understand where we going with this, we trying to bring back the communication in relationships.
right.
We got to start back communicating, understanding each other in order for us to successfully carry out a relationship. If you can't communicate, there's no relationship.
Absolutely.
Communication, responsibility, accountability are some of the major things that we must have. And it starts with yourself first. So Wednesday, adult talk 4, accountability. So I look forward to seeing you all Wednesday, and I look forward to you all input as well. So let's look forward to a great show Wednesday. Then Friday we gonna drop some bombs. That's how it's gonna go. All right. Till next time. We out
All
of
right,
here.
I'm out.
All right. Blessings.
Peace and blessings.
All right. Later.